the Le Mans virtual hype train race amongst quite a few of us that are going, well, all of us that are going to Le Mans this year. So we thought we'd put a virtual race together, have a bit of fun, do a bit of mixed class. Joe's joining me on comms tonight as well. Say hello, Joe.
Oh yeah.
And we spent quite a bit of time trying to get a balance between the cars. So yeah, I think we actually did really well. We've got two classes. We've got the hypercars up front. We'll call it the hypercar class, and then behind we've got the GTs, which is myself, Joe, and James, and then Jake, Gary, and Bruce in the hypercar class. 1 hour race. It seems like a small field, but we'll definitely be filling it all up. The track looks quite busy at some points, and we'll just go through our races as the race goes on. So yeah, without further ado,
Let's go.
I've noticed some of the cars might rubber band a little bit as the race goes on, but yeah.
Rubber band? What's that?
You'll see. Well, you know where you mentioned James did it slightly.
Ah, yes, with a bit of the glitching.
You might start seeing it. I mean, Jake is already.
Good start there, doesn't he? What's he's in the Porsche though, so that does get off the corners quite well.
Yeah, he'll get off the corners. Interesting thing to watch is keep an eye on the battery as well. You see how he's used all his battery, and then every time he gets on the brakes.
It's an old school regen then, yeah, so that it's not a slow deploy like the new Toyota in the game, is it?
Oh,
it
Luke's, yeah, it's
very
first lap, cold tyres.
That is very wide from Luke right there. But managed to save it quite well.
Yeah, to be fair, I'd have been round.
To keep the pace up.
Yeah,
So,
and there is damage as well, so we have to, obviously we've all had to be careful going into the corners, and you will see in a bit someone suffers a little bit with damage, but yeah, we'll get to that later. Have a look back, and
it's tight there, isn't it?
The thing is, yeah, I couldn't figure out this car for the whole race.
It was very, very fast in a straight line. I think once I managed to get into the toe, I could hold with you, but I was just praying that I could hold with you for as long as possible down straights, not let you break that toe, just so I can get towards Porsche curves and use the pace of my car to advantage. You see James here.
My thinking, with the straight line speed, my thinking here was to, the second I came out the corner, move over, stop your toe as quick as I can. Try and potentially open it up to James, but then it means I've got a faster car on the next straight, breathing down my neck.
I was trying my best there to, a little bit wide, try my best just to let James through cleanly so I could try and not lose time to him. James getting a penalty on the chicane.
Yeah, I think a lot of us.
It's a weird one in that though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they were quite harsh on the restrictions around here, to be fair. I'm going to stay on board with this. I'm going to have a look up front in a second, because I know it gets close between Jake and Garrett.
Just broke the toe from me there, so it's
you've got to really concentrate on your corners, especially with the fact that you can't really fall out. See, I'm moving straight over to the right and then back left just to try and break that, give me an extra 300 yards without the toe. I'm not sure how people feel about it, but
yeah, well, it's not a big field, is it? You got to try and do what you can do. I'm happy to be moving just as much as the people are, as long as it's safe and you're not chopping anyone's nose off. You're okay, ain't you?
Yeah. Even gap really with these guys
through the corners, but yeah, I don't think Bruce has lost any time. I think Gary's just caught up to Jake there, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Down the back straight. Oh, it's a little bit wide by Gary there.
So you see the rubber banding going on a little bit in Jake's car. Oh, penalty for Bruce.
This is where Luke will be catching people up though. That car is an absolute monster through the Porsche curves.
Are you two side by side?
Yep, James had his penalty, so I managed to
get
a good
But
run
even
on him.
though it shows like the straight line of the other cars against yours, if he's had half a second, which on that straight,
it's probably equivalent to about a second and a half once you get to the end of it, once you get into a braking zone again. I tried to tally it up at one point because I had a half-second penalty later on, I believe, and I looked at it and the gap, it started at half a second from you guys, but it was like 2 seconds by the time we hit the Porsche curves.
See, my thinking now was to make way while you guys were sort of like trying to keep in each other's toe.
Yeah.
And I didn't know
What's
if we were
your
going to have any bump drafting.
what's your fuel? Can you flip over to the fuel? What have
Uh, I can't flip over to it because
Oh, because
oh
it's
yeah, just the what's it called? I don't know
just
if I
what's
can any.
shown.
Yeah, no, it won't. I don't think it will. Can I?
Which is
No, I
which is
can't.
a shame.
But you can see the thingy on the bottom left.
Yeah, are you full flat out then, trying to
Well, no, watch my
make a
gear.
little
Watch
bit of
my
a gap?
gears. Watch my gears. Look where I'm shifting.
Oh yes, very early shift.
Yeah, and I'm doing this for the whole race. So
Yeah,
I really am considering. You'll see me go flat out at the end of the race when I realise, what when someone's pulled off a certain tactic that was just incredible. It made me panic, and I was like, I've got to go all for it now, which means going for potential penalties if it ends up coming around that way. But yeah, so James has dropped off, but he is coming back onto the straight line again. So should try and keep an eye on the gap by the time I get to the
should
bottom.
catch me up a little bit, but I think I remember looking at that point. We were roughly about 4 seconds. I think you were 4 ahead of me, and James was 4 behind. So we were quite evenly spaced at that.
Yeah, I remember that gap myself. I think, like, looking at the gap between us, thinking it's about the same. That's a great view. Let's have a look up front. I think race is settling in up front.
Yep, I think Luke's came back on Gary a little bit. I don't know if Gary's had a little bit
Yeah,
of a
there's
moment.
no.
He looks like he's dropped off Jake slightly, but that might just be through the bends. That Toyota was quite heavy.
Thing is, it is like a couple of bad exits with the speeds of these cars. Like, the gap looks bigger, but rear end trying to step out there.
Yeah, it would be nice to see his throttle inputs on the next lap. Now he's attacking it. It's a car that helps you out a lot though. If you don't quite get your corner speed with the hybrid system on that R18, then it just punches. No matter how bad of an exit you get, it just helps out itself. It's such like driving a computer.
There's the battery there, look, with Jake's refreshing there. Obviously Gary's is not doing too bad at the moment. And Luke's is recharging, obviously, and the thing is as well. But he's going to set the penalty, and he's also going to run out of battery. So he's going to be quite slow. It's interesting, actually, to see how you were getting on in the later race as well with the battery.
Yeah, I did think I may have had a penalty in that car, and I think at one point I braked before the penalty line to try and get a little bit of battery to try and punch me up again, but I was concentrating too much on too many things and I made a mistake, so it ended up costing me even more time at the end.
Yeah. So fast in these things. It looks so good.
A big stab of throttle.
Oh, he's got it.
He's
But as you said, the battery is what you can sort of like, if you do compromise yourself, that battery output in this thing will allow and be like, all right, well, that's not worth it. You can make it up elsewhere now.
Gary putting in a fastest lap behind Jake.
Oh yeah.
Faster that last lap, so found something.
We can see the laps on the right hand side as well coming in now as well, so it'll be good to sort of compare what's going on.
See the consistency of people, see what mistakes they're making, etc., etc. Luke's sitting about second and a half slower.
Quite a bit of it's very understeery through there.
Racing on medium size, holding quite well.
That's interesting actually. Yeah, keep an eye on the tyres. Right, what sort of lap time am I going to put in then?
Curbs, straighten the car, get it pushed out, try and get the power down as much as possible.
4029. 404. So I'm making the gap. So you're on the mediums. Fuel slightly less in mine. And then how we go? Have a look at James as well.
Yeah, I think I got stuck it into the first few laps to try and keep with, and then I think once I saw you'd pulled away, I thought let's try and conserve a bit more fuel now. Let's just be a bit more sensible about it and try and make up the difference elsewhere in the pit stops, etc., and see if that's going to help me out.
Yeah. Looks like the gap is getting close. I don't know. look on the map, it's definitely getting close. Oh, I don't know. It's hard to say, isn't it? I mean, everyone's getting the speed up. So even though like, the gap might look a little bit bigger, the times between probably aren't.
It looked close over that hill, but I'm not sure. It might be worth looking at the top speeds of these cars, because I don't know if that Toyota's actually got a higher top end than.
Let's have a look then. This is the speed we want to be looking at as well. I think Jake's going to top out around 170.
Did he give it a little break? I'll have to have a look next time. I wonder if he's just let off.
If he's got traction control on, that might compromise him with the wheel spin.
Yeah.
Even though it's at
180 though for Jake.
I have to ding him with the next one.
Yeah.
181. See, Gary's car I know can get up to 200. He's alright, yeah.
That Toyota can get up to 200, can it?
I'm sure it can.
If you get a good exit.
Yeah, I mean, this is the part where Gary has to make all his time up, because coming up now is where Jake's going to gap him. So for the whole lap is where this is essentially what Gary's driving now. He's going to lose it to Jake.
Yeah, Toyota. He's trying to reel it in, sort of thing. But let's see if we've got any differences. So Jake getting up to the best lap time now. Then 10th up.
So he's more or less dropped him just through this whole sector.
Oh yeah, he's gone.
And the gap's gone massive. And then once we get back to the other side again.
Yeah, I think it's those chicanes that makes up a massive difference in these sorts of races.
Yeah, well, this thing's a boat through there. I can attest to that.
Yeah, I think Gary definitely needs to concentrate on 134.6.
134.6, 134.2. So it's only 4 tenths. So just like, even though they've got their own strengths and weaknesses.
Jake's definitely found a lot of time though, because he did 2 3:37s and then he's just punched in a 34.2.
Yeah.
Which is must have had an issue on that second lap, because obviously the first lap must have been slightly slower, seeing as you coming across the start finish line.
Yeah, penalty maybe. He's had to serve. All about getting this one right. Let's have a look, see where he's getting to on the speedo.
Yeah, Jake's just topping out at 180 and Gary's already up to 180 there, isn't he? So he's going to have a good 10 mile an hour down towards the braking zone at minimum. It's just whether he can brake it and carry that speed round the chicane to get that punch out. You can sacrifice a bit going in though sometimes, as long as you get the power on about now, which is just that little bit delayed, you know.
It is.
You need to bleed it on. As soon as you turn that left, you need to bleed that power on a little bit earlier, and it will just help you.
You'll get your car all locked down as well, and you'll get the better exit. But it's trusting that you're not going to go drift past the track limits, and all of a sudden you're looking at half a second, which is more effectively a second. So gap's holding, but it's only a mistake away for anyone at the moment.
Yep, I mean if Jake gets any sort of penalty, it's going to pay dividends into Gary's hands, that's for sure. Because his pace going into the Porsche curves, Jake will just be hoping he can get there before Gary to be able to build a gap again.
Good evening, Flamingo. Always good to have you drop in, mate. Do the comms from the race that we did the other night, because we're all jumping on the Le Mans hype wagon. We're all going next month, so it was like, should we do a race? There's only 6 of us, and we've mixed the classes up a little bit as well, so I thought we'd live stream the race replay and do some comms for it, have a bit of fun.
Hopefully with the data that we've got from this, we can use that and try and get something else organised in future as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think a Road Atlanta one, like James was saying, Petit Le Mans will be good.
Yeah.
I've seen a few more names I should have messaged to try and get in the race as well.
What is happening into the chicane for the GTs? Because that looks... Is it the GTs? Oh no, it's the...
Gary's around.
What's going on here?
And he's been track reset. Do you think he's gone in deep?
Can we flick it back 10 seconds?
Let's find out what's just happened to Garrett.
This is Bruce, so we need
to... Bruce. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Got on the exit.
We'll go back a bit. 12 hour at Sebring. How long was your stint?
Look at that. He's catching him up. Getting him. I think he sees Jake too much, and he's gone deep,
Yeah, and then
and he's
tried to
tried to
look.
give it
Yeah,
full
boot.
throttle. Yeah,
Fair enough. He's tried to keep his foot in it, but that's on the gravel, just done him dirty. So Luke, yep, that's what we were saying with Luke behind as well. They're only one mistake away from gaining a position.
yeah. I
2
believe
hour
Gary
stint.
there got a bit excited
Hungry for the
catching
position.
Jake
Yeah.
up. Yeah, he saw him just a little bit too much.
Jake's clocked out now.
Yeah, there is a wild gap up there.
Yeah, nice markers for the stints. It's so fun. I mean, we can't do driver swaps on this kind of stuff. 8 out of 32 as well after a... Mate, that's some good stuff.
Just doing an hour on this killed us, didn't it, really? I can imagine doing even a 3-hour stint or something like that, and then swapping it would be...
The one I did at Bathurst, the 3-hour stint, that was like... I remember being like 2.5 hours in, and I had to try so hard to just stay focused.
Yeah, the mountain is a terrible place to be if you've not got focus. It bites you.
It was 90 laps, I think I did, in my stint.
Was there a swap then, was it?
Yeah, so it was on this game as well, and what it was like the other drivers were waiting in the next lobby to do the next stint, and the comms would switch the commentary as well. It was really well done, to be fair. So
it's nice when you get good organisation.
James,
He is catching me up there, but
what has happened to James?
To a 2.5 second penalty.
He's fucking fuming. I tell you what, he must have come up with something later on. Well, he did actually.
I think down at Arnage, I think he went deep on the brakes, a little bit too deep, and I think he cut the corner on exit, and I don't think he was happy about it because he lost time on the corner exit, and he gave him a 2.5 second penalty, which is you basically stood still.
Yeah, he's
that's
a
6 seconds to one got right now.
Yeah, it's like he's broke down. So lap times then, 4:03. So times are all coming down for all of us. So's the sun.
Yeah, I think James was struggling with track limits a little bit, so his times will be inconsistent to a set degree so far.
Yeah. 4:034, and then you're up, so you're in the 4:02s now. 4:02,
I had a clean
4:03.
race in the GT. I don't think I had a penalty all race.
I think I messed up at it. Yeah, I know exactly where I messed up actually.
Pulling away, gap's coming. What lap are we on? Lap 4 for GTs.
It's about to start lap 5. Let's see what the lap time is. Hopefully a bit consistent. Yeah.
3 tenths different. That's good consistency.
Yeah, the lap 2 to 3 was a bit more. It's just obviously the difference in the.
It's not bad for your tyres. They're looking. They're not too bad.
It's gonna be.
Saying, am mine a little bit? Is mine a little bit? No, I think they're pretty much same on the tyres. They're not too much different.
Yeah. How's James looking? Again, pretty much the same. So the fuel is all pretty much the same. If you look at the fuel meter, so you got James's. You've got slightly more, and then myself.
Yeah.
Right. How are these guys getting on?
Half fuel, so they're obviously just less than half, so they're getting through a little bit more. This is Gary now, obviously made the big mistake last lap, lost 10 seconds on that lap compared to the previous one, which is...
Gone deep again. He's gone deep again. He's chasing that car ahead, I think is what's getting in his head.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to hurt him on the exit because he's not going to have any battery left either.
This could be Gary getting right on the back of him going to Porsche. Luke just needs to hope that he gets there. Actually, I think he has got the gas.
I think he'll just have it. Oh, yeah, he will, but yeah, it's going to be the next couple of laps.
He'll be okay though once he gets through the Porsche. I know he's going to pull at least a second on Gary here if he can get it hooked up and not make any mistakes. Pretty clean so far.
Yeah.
Not sure how fast it is, but yeah, no. Little Gary using track on the exit.
Oh, you got run off track. He got banned. Well, at least Karma came back round. Justice prevailed.
Flashing his lights to the crowd.
God damn you, curbs! Get out of the way! That's a good. Hey, look at that. That's consistent. 37. Bruce. What's Jake at? 36, 35, within 2 tenths.
So his pace has dropped off, but
Tyre wear, I'd imagine. Although you think maybe fuel might counteract that. His battery's
may have,
holding on nicely.
yeah, he may have seen the gap and decided that it's worth managing fuel more than
Yep.
managing a gap, really. So
Well, he was definitely managing fuel. I know this from his onboard, watching his race on board. And honestly, he did so much fuel saving. The issue was that he had, if you look now, because he's doing auto and not manual, he's not short shifting. And short shifting in this game is the way that you save fuel.
yeah, that's definitely not going to be a help, is it?
I mean, you watch where his gears are changing as well. Like, there's no short shifting going on. It's redlining.
Yeah.
You see, it goes from purple there. Look, is where you want to be doing it.
Yeah, it's too much into the red band, isn't it? It's not. In these cars as well, you can definitely short shift early and not feel it too badly.
Nice PB in first sector for Luke or Bruce. Gary's getting raging.
He is. He's driving way too fast.
He loves them open wheelers, that's why.
Podium position.
Yep.
Can't argue.
And they're all on the mediums as well. Right, let's have a little bit further back. What's going on?
You on a lovely exit.
Ah, it's nice, that is. It's a nice shot watching it. It's just... Oh, here we go. Joe's like, nah, I'm alright, mate.
No, staying out for another lap.
What's James going to do? James is going to join me, yeah.
Now the race now.
Yeah.
With, what is my fuel on? So I've got slightly more fuel now, just less than a quarter. You guys are just about an eighth left. You did 14 litres each. Sort
well, I was thinking the less I had to fuel in the pits, the better as well.
Yeah.
Sun's getting real low.
Yeah, it's pushing into the dusk now. Lap times,
oh, look at that. Looks good.
3.3, 3.4, not too bad. A little
That's
bit
good.
of a 7 temps sometimes jumping, but
big lap though, big lap. So you know when you're within a second, you know you're doing something right.
Yeah, now is the push lap
to
get going. Knowing you guys are in the pits, I need to up it, and I've got a temp up already in the first sector, which is nice too.
Yeah, no, it's good to see that. Like, you know, you've got to respond, and you are. Like, you feel like, right, I'm doing what I need to do. Is the time going to match what I'm doing?
Almost full of fuel up, so I am pulling into the first chicane, and you'll be popping out of the pits now.
Yep.
There you go.
On the hards as well,
Hard tires,
oh my god, did I struggle. Especially when I realised that it was night time, I'm pretty sure that obviously the track temperatures play with the tyres, and then it got in my head as well. So I was super cautious on the brakes into a lot of zones, and I was finding I just couldn't make up the time on the exits because I'm on the hards on a cold track. So James has stayed on the mediums. Look,
he's made some time on you there in the pits as well.
Yeah, because he didn't change tyres.
Oh yes, so his double stinted saved himself about 7 seconds in the pits.
Yeah, and I don't think the tyres are going to hurt him too much at the moment. So I think he's actually pulled a bit of a blinder there.
Yes, I don't think he's going to be able to fully run the fuel out on this though for the tyres.
No.
I would definitely be worried about my tyres more than my fuel in this stint. I think once my tyres have started to drop off, my times I can't match it. I would look to.
Especially when it's heavy on fuel.
Yeah, you just need to try and time it though. Know that you've got we're 22 minutes into an hour race, so
I've gone deep there.
It's roughly 20 minutes a stint anyway. So I mean, you are gonna. It sort of forces you because you don't want to 3-stop.
No, you know you're 2-stopping, but and then behind us, they're getting close. Jake's going to be serving a penalty soon.
Testing out his lights for when he comes up on the GT cars.
Well, yeah, I was telling him about that. Make sure he's got a flash thingy on. His battery's serving him all the way down.
Pulling into the chicane at the end of the straights. You guys are coming out of the second chicane, going up to Omarge.
Oof.
Ooh.
Might get in trouble for that one. Stewards might have a word.
Bruce, let's wait for it. Wait for it. No.
Stewards are sleeping.
Oh
It's
wow.
fine. Oh,
Holy
everyone is running a penalty this lap.
Could have been anyone's race without a penalty. Without some penalties, couldn't it? I think easily calculate about 8 seconds so far between everyone.
Oh, now it's going to get interesting.
Oh wow. Right, time's coming round. Getting there, almost halfway. Blue flags. Here we come. James is going to get caught up on the road first.
Yeah, he's getting the blue flags. Oh, this was nerve-wracking, this was. You don't want to mess anyone's race up. So I'm like, as long as everyone... I was like, I'm sure everyone heard us say, be predictable. Just do your thing.
Yeah. Know where you are. James is hounding you as well. He got a good exit there.
Yeah. Just want to have a...
with those used tyres, but like I say, he's on the mediums, but I don't know what mediums are probably equivalent to fresh hards might be. Oh, here comes Jake. Oh, this is definitely the last time. That's the worst point to be caught.
Yeah.
GT car goes on the inside, which is nice.
Yeah. I'm trying to stick to the racing line, so I've sort of been on one side, then gone over to the other, but Jake's managed to navigate it quite nicely. I think everyone got compromised a little bit there, but
there's me.
Considering it was
fuel into the pit stops.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
There you go. Coming into the chicane as I am still not even changed my tyres. Fuel's not even
Bruce
going
is
in yet.
boxed.
So hit it early. Yeah. 3 litres. So yeah, he's run his fuel down to ideal.
Yeah, James is right on the back of me now as well.
Yeah, he is. Had a mega stint that last lap. What was it compared to yours? You're 45. James ran 80. 37. Wow. What an outlap.
That's why is the pits showing up weird on that one? Yeah. Oh no, yeah, it just not showing that he's boxed. But yeah, 437.
Good
yeah, he's
outlap,
all over the back of me.
Got a penalty though.
Yeah. I wonder if that was... I don't know where that was from.
I'm back out on track now, I believe.
Yeah.
Going through, so not too far behind you, even though the fuel was a little bit slow.
James is definitely going to go for a movie art. He's on the straight. He's got the straight... We've both got the straight line speed.
Yeah, I think they're quite even, especially when you pull out the toe. I think that Corvette may just have the edge, but it's who's bravest on the brakes, isn't it? Oh, he's just pulling. Will he get in front before the braking zone? I don't know.
Sure, he pulls in.
Yes, he's got that. Not too much though.
All the while,
all the way.
Makes a good thingy for you while we're racing.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't really see it at this point, but I knew that time.
Just want a quick look. Oh yeah, Jake's massively ahead right now, ain't he?
Yes. Let's put it into the second chicane. Jake's cleared off from the pack. So you're getting caught up by the other.
Yeah.
5 cars now, is it?
No, I think it's me, you, and I think it's you behind.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely behind, catching out, but I've got blue flag now, so I'm just hoping that who's catching.
Not sure who it is. Is it going to be Gary? Yes, Gary.
Gary.
What's going on with me and James?
You got out behind him, but just didn't get the exit, did you? To
both gone in deep. Both got in deep. And you can just sniff that one.
Yeah, I like seeing that sort of thing on track. That's when you have a bit of a slow pit stop. I thought to myself, once I come out the pits, I thought I've made a mistake here on strategy. I've gone an extra lap, but I've actually lost a lot of time to you guys.
Yeah.
So I thought, they've got to do something about this next stop. But I did go on to softs though.
Yeah.
So you've got a double stinted medium. You on the
to get back ahead.
Me on fresh softs. Gary's got.
Oh, it's deep.
Ooh, very deep. James goes straight back through.
Yeah. Gary now is already gone past you. Oh, I remember this. He took ages to turn in and I was stuck around the outside of him, look.
Oh.
I wanted to get turned in earlier.
Get a bit of a toe though, that'll help out. But
yeah, a little bit of a whip.
Right.
Right, James just served a penalty.
Oh,
So I've gone straight by James, and what's going to happen with you now?
Got a toe, but I think that straight line speed, I think it picked up a bit, so...
I think you're just going to hold it round.
All together through the night time.
You're going to get right at the back of me on these... Oh, so you're on the racing softs. See, I'm on the hards. Yep. I was wondering. I think you said later on in the race. But yeah, look how much you guys are getting right onto the back of me.
During the race, I believe you said, "Oh, it's night time. I'm on hard." So I think that will just sway my decision to go for the softs.
Yep.
And I thought, you know what? Let's just go for a fast stint on the softs. Seeking out.
Park the bus there. Park the bus in the middle of the track. Oh, you're having a look.
And then I think we had a little door-to-door action, but managed to get through.
Is it Rubbin Racing?
Yeah,
I think,
it's nice and calm.
It's where the action's going to happen though, into the heavy braking zones. If you're going to go for a move, you're thinking I'm on the softs here. I've got to
James
push.
Compromise himself on you, so I think as it's there, just try and take the position. Using all the curb and some.
Ain't gonna call you out. Oh, that looks great.
Yeah, it won't call you out on those curbs. You can run those ones a little bit more, but this is where the tyres are because softs just have the grip. Hard's not playing ball. I just knew that I had to try and hound you as best as I can.
Only thing that was straight over to the right. Look. The only thing that's helping me is the straight line speed of this now, and hoping that when you pull out, if you don't get a good enough toe, that once you pull out, it's not going to be good enough. So that's worked for me once there.
Took him back in, trying to... I think I gave up on the toe at some point.
Yeah,
I knew that even with it, I'd be able to get up to you, but not on you.
Oh, James is just going to throw it down the fucking inside.
Straight by. Straight on the brake, straight through. Eat it later, pink pick.
Oh, he's gone a little deep though on the exit. He might get told off for that one. Yeah.
Oh.
Steward say no, not having that one. Although I think that's harsh. Look at the gap.
That's just a bus, isn't it? there is.
Half an hour in, nothing between us. All on different tyres as well, which I find.
Having a look for James to see if I can follow him through, maybe. A little bit late on the brakes.
Oh, James has gone deep, I think.
James went deep.
So he's lost I think he's had no choice but to obviously come on safely.
Yep.
And he's made the most of it as well. Did he end up getting... So I don't think he got more of a penalty, did he?
No, I don't believe so.
No, so at least they were...
by now. Leaning on the fact that he did go around, but...
So you're going to go for it now?
Yeah, well I had the 2 for 1 there, so I'm leading, and then you got straight back past me as soon as the power comes in line.
Yeah.
James looking for a sniff on me there, but
great on the exits. Just absolutely hounded.
Yeah, misses. Good racing.
That's what I mean. Especially during the night time, it's like it doesn't look like you should be able to see anything.
You couldn't. You saw what's ahead of you, and that's all I could see, and most of it was your rear tail lights. Nicely done for everyone.
Just got to get around that corner, yeah.
Oh, out by James. Gone on the inside.
He's done well to hold it there, yeah. The worst thing is now he's going to get hit by a penalty, so he knows he's going to drop behind, so the best he could do is just stick with us. Straight into the toe.
Straight back into the toe. Hopefully he can use it to drag him back up.
Don't want to leave the action. You can see the gap between everyone else.
First time?
Yeah.
So Gary and Luke are pitted, I believe, haven't they? I know Luke has.
Oof, deep there for me.
Very deep. I think this is where I smell blood.
Yes. Yeah, there's definitely a lap where you were just closer than this all the way around. Because I remember you being on the side of me at one point.
Yeah. I think that was a bit more daylight, wasn't it, than this?
So this could be the point where it started to hurt James's tyres.
Half fuel for James and his tyres. Yeah, that rear left is not looking happy, is it?
No. Chuck it through.
Yeah, we'll have time to do it now though, so with a bit of battling, we're all sitting a lot. Not loads slower, but you're looking potentially 2 seconds, 3 seconds off the pace of what you could do. 4:05.5 for me.
All blue flagged. Is this?
Is that Jay coming out of the pits, is it?
Yep.
Yep. There he is.
This is what I was saying about the track looking so busy.
Yeah, there's only 6 of us on it.
Oh, he's just absolutely hounding me.
Having a look around, staying on the racing line, hopefully that Jake through comfortably.
Yeah. See, I didn't even compromise my braking here. I knew, I was like, he should be massively ahead. He's gone quite wide there. He's going to pick up a penalty.
For that, yeah. But I mean, he is sat in the front. There you go. There's your penalty, half a second. But
yeah.
He's got a lot of leads, so he can afford to get through safely, not have contact, and take the half second penalty. Might as well.
And Bruce holding second.
Yep. Getting there. A bit of a slow lap last time. 1:3:49 compared to his consistent.
Could have been a box. Could have been a box. Or no, maybe lap 7. I'm not sure.
It's hard to say because normally it does 2 laps. It does your in lap to the pits and it does your exit. So normally you get 2 long laps. You see your 4 minutes 24 and your 4:45 there. That's you pitted on lap 5. Going with lap 6 there.
Absolute horrible lap on lap 7. Settling in slightly. James coming back on the straights.
He's got through cleanly, so we don't have to worry about anyone for foreseeable future anyway.
I think biding time for the second toe, well, the toe on the next straight, maybe.
Yeah, I think at this point in the race, once I have got a few decent exits and got into the toe, I knew that it wouldn't even be a passing opportunity.
Look at the braking distance, but
James deep again gets a half second penalty for it as well.
I think he already had it.
It looked like it
already there,
up.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I knew with the toe it will get me onto the rear of you, but it won't get me past you. As soon as I pull out, I think the speed decreases and you just going at the pace.
Yeah, you needed to make the gap at the right time, didn't you, to make sure I wasn't like anywhere near your toe.
Just over half fuel though, so I know that I'm better fuel than James at the moment, but that's obviously because I pitted a lap later than you guys, so I managed to string out my first one. Obviously, I dropped a couple of seconds.
Defensive.
It's paying off nicely, but yep, covering the inside
line.
This
is where I remember you putting on the most pressure. I'm sure this is where
I believe at that point you did a great move. They went defensive, and I tried to get on the power, but I had to let off just because your car
on the
there,
apex.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to get on the power, and I knew I could have if you weren't there, but you were, so I had to just duck it up.
I think from this point onwards, I am defensive for as long as I can remember. I remember coming across there thinking he's not going to do it. I don't think he'll do it. And I think you've managed to just. This is where you really scared me, because I was like, is he going to come across? How much am I going to drift across? See, I've missed the apex there and gone completely wide, so I'm going to get a penalty anyway. But you've just forced the error there massively. Just staying on the inside and just waiting for mistakes to happen.
Than your own corners and turning points, Trying to make sure we get a good exit here.
Great exit, right on the backside of it.
Carried plenty of corner speed, but that's what the Softs will do against the hards. Like I say, I think you got just as good of an exit, but I think it was all dependent on the tyres, isn't it? Obviously not being able to put that down. Do we go for a look down the first? No. Just show my nose a little bit, let you know that I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't know if I was baiting you into that corner. This is where you kept giving me trouble, because I was like, is he on me inside? Is he going to try and hold it there? So it compromised me all the way through it. So look, you can see I'm defensive all the way through this whole sector.
That's just wrong, isn't it? Yeah. I know that I carry the speed, but decided to back out there. No, you're not going passing through there, not without pushing someone off. Giving you
Meanwhile,
a penalty, so. Where is?
we've got cars coming up on us, a bit further back, and then. Oh, Gary's ahead of Bruce. We missed that.
Oh, passed that through again. I wonder if that's in the pits as well as on track.
Could have been, yeah.
Found some consistency.
Yeah.
He's getting back up to his original times, but it's nowhere near the 3:34 that he first pulled.
Oof.
Oh, getting
all squarely there, James.
Yeah.
Straight into the toe.
Catch that as best you can. Give yourself a helping hand.
I mean, you could do without the blue flags right now.
Cigarette paper between.
Yeah.
Let's just hope that they get past on a straight at least. Gonna go for it in the braking zone this time. I've gone. I don't know how I've held it on there, to be fair, but definitely compromised for the exit. Great move. Great move. Space, but just went straight through. Yeah.
Got a 1.5 second penalty as well.
Oh, that is gonna not help at all, is it? You watch your pace of this Corvette though in the turn. It's just
Hola.
eating up the.
Hey, Nicola. Yeah, this is all falling into James's hand as well. Yeah.
Braking zone, but
try and hold the outside to get the best exit I can. Oof, you've got in deep.
Gone in a little bit deep. Must have been paying too much attention to you there, knowing that. Oh, out at the back. That's Luke having a bit of a squirrel. We're trying to come out as well. And yeah, gosh.
So
undefendable. That's
I think my
Hamilton.
I think my thinking here was just send it straight past him because you've got 1.5 second penalty. So
yeah, try and hold me up, see if we can get James invited into the party as well.
So the hards are holding, look, but they're just 405, 405.
Yeah, you're looking at 2 seconds, isn't it? Average pace.
Absolutely parked in the middle of the track there, in a wide ass Corvette. Time to slow down for me.
Yeah, I think it's when
James will be licking his lips.
I didn't even realise. Boom.
Right, they're clear. That's you in freedom now as well. I want to see how close James gets.
Yeah, because he obviously with that 1.5, giving it a good old flash. Right.
The old flashy wesh. Get out of the fucking way.
Big bitches coming through.
Oh, terrible. There's never a good time for these cars to meet. Well, there is, the back straight, but, you know, to be fair, he's being patient.
Yeah, I think he's
super patient.
waiting for his opportunity. Just punch it
James is right at the back of me. There's another penalty for me, probably. Oh, is this where he wanted to pit? No, it's where I pitted.
Oh, yeah, you've gone in. James gets the position. But you'd be glad to get off those hards though for the
Yeah, I remember that, honestly. Thinking the track's going to be warmer as well.
The last thing James wanted though would have been happier if you'd stayed out for another lap, give him a bit of toe.
Yeah.
Give him a bit more pace when it's going up. But
meanwhile, Porsche Ferrari. So what's he been doing? He's 425. He's had a moment because I don't think that's a box, is it? Oh, it is. Yeah, he's just took his stint that long, 10 laps.
Yeah, but he's not on full fuel either, has he? Has he gone for a shorter fuel stop because he hasn't used?
If he's followed the data, the diamond that you get in the pits to tell him like this is what you need till the end, because I imagine that could. Ooh, yeah, there is something that you could, but usually, yeah, but mate, don't trust me. In our races, it would have been all the way to the end to fill it.
Yeah,
like he's actually done a massive stint fuel saving, and that's why he might have seen the diamond. But yeah, you pulled a blinder anyway. Ooh, what's going on between these two? Oh, right, it's you. Ahead.
Luke getting past, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was patiently waiting on James around the bends and then obviously caught me it's better for me because I mean it's down a nice straight, so I don't have to
Yep.
worry too much about it as such. I knew that if you can get to these chicanes, you can get through roughly a similar pace, and they're just gonna explode out past you. So
Yeah.
quite comfortable just holding your line and knowing it's the best place to be able to take it. Really happy with it.
Right. Take reins for a minute. I'm just going for a toilet break.
Okie doke.
I'll leave it on board on... Who should we leave on board with?
Let's just watch James go for a bit.
Yeah. See if we can close the gap on... It's coming up to you on the straight, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
BRB.
yep. Yeah, he's on the left below Scott's YouTube channel. Cheers. Silly Scott. Let's see how we get on here. Bad exit. Lose it onto the power. Short shifting slightly, but this second stint on these mediums, I'm sure will be painful for him now. That rear left isn't looking too happy. Normally it's not too bad around these corners. It might struggle on the exit of the onto the back straight down towards the portrait curves. So this should a little bit missing the apex, but not too bad. Yeah, that here is I think trying to get on the power. Let's see how tentative he is. Yeah.
Feeling the burn on them tyres.
Yeah, it's difficult. Definitely. He managed to get on the power wheel though without it squirreling around. I thought he was going to have to trickle it in a lot more than what he did, but I mean he got it lined up straight and just gave it a full boot and it applied.
Yeah, he's definitely boxing this lap.
Yep, fuel is flashing, it is not happy.
It's a shame the can't get the gaps up.
Yes. Where are we going now? And looking for the pit.
So it's going to be a full fuel, and he's going to be jumping on the hards for it. Well, he doesn't. I don't think he'll have to full fuel.
45 minutes. You have 15 minutes left, so you've done. Yeah, no, I don't think it's a full fuel. 15 minutes. If you're looking at 4 minutes a lap, you only need four laps worth.
Yeah.
And me into the pits, but crucially, I have a lot more fuel than James does. So you've already pitted, so where are you sitting? Track, you pitted the Porsche curves.
Coming through the curbs.
So I need to
There's
go
the tyre
on to
change.
the hard stint now. Yeah, hards are on.
To make sure there's no gap, no racing going on. So I'm coming round. You're getting nice and full of fuel.
Just trying to calculate it in my head. I was like, okay, I need so many laps. I need this. I need that. And then let's give yourself an extra half a lap to a lap, just to make sure that I don't have to worry too much about it. Coming past start finish now.
And you're out the pits.
Pulled the plug.
Massive gap. Look at the gap you've made. That, you know, when I seen you come out the pits, I was like, what the hell?
Which is quite surprising because I didn't think I was fuel saving too much in the middle stint. I thought those softs probably made the difference because I could push on them, keep my lap times down, but also save a bit on fuel as I was going down the straights, etc.
Yeah.
It just make the lap times up in the corners with the tyres, which obviously hasn't played dividends now. So I believe when I came out, what was it? Is it
10 seconds? I think.
Was it 10 seconds? Yeah, I believe it was like no.
About 10 seconds, and I could not believe, and I knew. Look, already personal best. I knew I had to absolutely push if I needed to even get a whiff of a potential win.
End game now, aren't we? I believe that I definitely fueled, that I knew that I overfueled and could easily keep it on full power towards the end. So the only difference was the hard tyres. So I just needed to make sure that they would hold up and give me the lap times.
Yeah. Evening, James.
Hello.
Down at the track, what can you see?
Well, I'm trackside, and I've got to say,
Yeah, we just reached the final stint now of the first race where we're in the GTs.
Oh, okay.
I
Nice.
don't know if you caught any of the night racing on the stream at all, mate, but just us three through the night was ridiculous. Half an hour in, not even
And
a
we were
second
like-
between us.
Yeah, we were all proper nose to tail, weren't we?
And the crazy thing, everyone was on a different tyre, completely different strategy.
Luke, bring it round towards the end, cruising.
Mhm.
Plenty of gaps between the hypercars now.
You look
Jake's
at
got a sailor
the
lead,
last
hasn't he?
lap 9, 10, 11, and 12. Comment from chat from Nicola. I don't think much to this third presenter that just joined.
Well, Crofty, you can tell her to get stuffed.
Got a tag slapper on. Oh, we got Gaz in the pits because why is Gary pitted? Why is he pitted again?
Has he run out of fuel? Well, no, he's got plenty of fuel.
Because he did a stint on the softs and the mediums, I believe, and he's not done a stint on the hards. So he had to
it's
come
not
back
this.
in.
It's not here. You can't go onto softs in the hypercar because it won't
Oh,
allow
yeah,
you
of
to
course,
select
yeah,
them
so he had
because
to
it's
do 'em
over the
anyway.
PP rules. So
Or
this
did he
must
just?
be his second stop.
Yeah.
That Toyota is good on fuel, so he must have had one stop. Look, he had it around.
Ah, so he's on a
lap
hard. You think
9.
he's done medium hards instead of a medium and a hard stint?
I believe he has, yeah.
So yeah, he's.
Short tyre change, fuel up towards the end. Obviously, he calculated it didn't have enough fuel to get to the end, so he knows he's going to stop just for fuel. I personally wouldn't have took a new set of hards unless he hasn't been on them
I
yet.
think he had to. I think that's what I'm saying. I think he's done 2 medium stints and then realised his team's realised, yep, you still got a hard stint left, so you're gonna have to come back in.
Yeah.
But they've
quick enough stop though. Or, isn't it? I think 4 or 8 seconds too bad. Jake absolutely cruising now.
yeah, Jake in chat he didn't go on the hards. So yeah, he's done 2 medium stints and then he's had to do a third stint on the hards. So it's bit him that has.
You know what's biting me? Just look at that. It's that auto gearbox just absolutely revving out, not changing.
Oh, and yeah.
On Jake's car, just unfortunately that's going to be
Okay, bye.
big penalty in fuel saving.
Right, so you're on the hards now. So you're
We're
definitely
on
going to be feeling the bite.
hards. Yeah, I do remember it being a lot tighter. Trying to get into some corners, it was apexing, but you obviously having to try and hustle your car as much as possible.
I am, honestly.
Not wanting to let this wing go.
You can still see me short
402.
shifting though.
Personal best of the race for you.
Yeah. So you short shift over there just to stop the car getting unsettled. You can see.
Although 2 temps up even on your personal best, so you're going even faster now.
Honestly, I had no choice. So that's your outlap, isn't it? Yeah. 4:39. Now you're on your.
Consistent 403s, 404s, the odd 405. Yeah, no, it's.
Thought about boxing for fresh mediums to go for the fastest lap, but opted for lapping the GT3 cars again and try to cause a bit of drama. That's what we like to see.
Who is that?
6
Is that-
tenths.
Oh yeah, Gary's pitted now, so Gary is getting up onto the back of Bruce.
Yes, he is. Yep.
So
We'll keep an eye on the
Gary's gonna
map
try
on that one.
reclaim third.
Jake is just, yeah, gone.
Yeah, checked out. Happy days.
Battery as well, still doing its job. Running out through the curves and up onto the thing yet. Chicane. Comes back to him nicely. Go.
Were these eras, James? Were these in the diesel days?
What's this, sorry?
This R18 2016.
Yeah,
was this
so the
diesels.
The 2016 Audi is a diesel, yeah, but it was a hybrid as well.
Yeah, yeah.
But obviously, I think it was the last Audi race car at Le Mans. I think.
Oh,
Fun fact for you.
mate, you're the only one with the long facts. I can't remember shit.
But yeah, it was I think a V6 diesel
Yeah,
See,
which is
with
not that exciting.
Gary,
twin turbocharger.
Doesn't
Gary's
turn your dick though, does
massively,
it?
massively missing battery.
Yep, that's checked out. That's gone. They've removed that in the last pit stop to try and save weight. They know that it's got to have to have a pit stop to try
just
and
take
catch
it
the
out.
So
Get
just
rid
took
of
the
it.
hybrid system out. Don't need that anymore.
Yeah.
It's nothing but dead weight.
Fuck's sake. It's hurting me. He's also indicating, so he's got something up his sleeve.
Well, I think he's just trying to.
Consistency, Jake.
Looking behind, seeing that he's trying to turn, and he's not.
Consistency. 339, 338,
Yeah, they are.
337, 337. Yeah, nice and consistent, considering the lap size as well. 342, 344, 51, 51. Just finding time, and then he's had a couple of moments.
You can see that everyone's in the hypercar group anyway. They've pulled the plug at the go, haven't they? Because
I mean, look at
ever
the
since
fastest lap. 334. Now look at the.
I'm saying like they're all managing at some point now, fuel or whatever. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's more prevalent at the end of the race. Lap times have come down. Track's rubbing in a lot more, but it's not made the difference. I mean, everyone's fastest.
I think it's the hard.
The top first three. Yeah.
It's the hard tyres. And for Gary, it's the hard tyres and no battery. Okay, can you get out and push? Push now, push now. Oh, he's got it deep. Because he's raging, that's why. What's going on here?
He sees Luke up there.
Ooh!
Getting closer.
We've got 5 minutes left. It's not going to be close enough, I don't think. Not with the penalty as well.
That's not going to well. Oof, that's not going to hurt, is it?
402, 402, so nearly a 401.
Absolutely pushing the shit out of that car.
We'll have a look.
If it could scream, it would.
So I can see you now as well, so that's just going to feed me even more, but it also feeds the potential mistakes as well.
Yeah, but don't forget that if I look in my rear view, then I'm same with me really. I need to be making sure that I'm hitting my lines, braking at the right points, not taking too many liberties. I can afford to lose a second a lap to you if needs.
Well early on the power.
Straight in there. Yeah.
Look at the short shifting still there. I'm still not pushing it.
I wonder if fuel was saying that it was going to be happy towards the end or not.
Change gear. Shouting at myself. I mean, you can see the reeling, like over the braking sections, because you're on hards, I'm on the mediums.
Yep. Like I say, I think the combination of the top speed of that Chevrolet and the fact that you're on softer tyres, so you can brake pretty much similar to where I can now. It's definitely
Down on time though. We'll have to make some time up in the Porsche curve.
If you lost some for your penalty, improve that, or if you was everything out onto the back straight.
No, that's not even served yet.
Every
Trash in the house.
That,
She's pulled the plug out of my PlayStation.
that Porsche's definitely getting closer in the windscreen now.
Did I pit lap 11? Yeah, we would have pitted. Yeah, that was the pit lap. Then add. So you can see where I've come in on lap 6. Oh, that's the out lap on lap 6. Then done 7, 8, 9. In lap, out lap. Friggin' penalty. Look how close I'm getting.
Yep, it's definitely happening, but I mean, look at the time. Oh! Pushed it too hard. 2 minutes
Can't give me a
left though in the
penalty if I'm
race.
already serving one. What were you struggling? I think I remember you saying, James, that you just had no answer in the final stint.
It was, yeah, it was corner speed really. The car was just
Both
not
on the
up
hard.
to scratch.
Yeah, heavy car with the hards on it
Yeah.
as well. It's just not going to be.
Yeah, it was a handful on the hards, I must say.
Yeah, I can see.
It's just waiting to put the power on. Yeah.
And then hoping you're not going to understeer out. Yeah.
Yeah, big lift there, and it still didn't. It still understeered the shit out of it, didn't it? Yeah. Yeah, big lifts there as well. Like I say, it's not flying at all, is it? Especially through those Porsches where you need it.
It's a funny one because it understeers for the most part, but every now and then you get the rear stepping out on you as well.
Yeah.
So it doesn't kind of encourage confidence.
No, a bit.
Oh,
it's not a nice
2
balance.
seconds, Ted. Someone's waved the flag earlier, so we're not going to see the rest of the fucking race out. I don't know why that would be, but this will be the final lap, maybe, for some reason.
Well, we are
the final racing
30
lap.
seconds left. Yeah, 30 seconds left.
If that.
Until the flag goes out. Got 2 hypercars going into.
Ooh. Oh, okay, that's why. Make your move, damn it! I see the rubber banded now towards the end of the race. This is what I mean about the servers with getting dusty. That looks nice and clean through there. Even on. Oh, never mind.
Take it back.
Oh,
a little bit of a.
Are we on the inside or the outside of these? Meanwhile.
That is getting close, that is. This could be a photo finish.
So what laps are you putting in? 404, 404. So you look at the 14, 13, 404, 506, 404, 554. So you're absolutely going for it.
Well, yeah, I was just in a rhythm of just go for it. But look, 402, 403. So you're taking 2 seconds. I mean, lap 14, you had that penalty, which you could have easily took 2 seconds, but you didn't. I think the same here, penalty line would slow you down, so it probably would have given me enough. But Bruce got in front of Gary, so Gary with his pit stop strategy didn't help out nicely.
No, he didn't get ahead. Oh wow. Well, he is behind him though, on track.
Up on your fastest lap as well. Obviously,
yep.
I'm setting 404s, so.
Here comes James. Jake. Bye.
Ooh.
That was so annoying. Who waved the flag? Christina Aguilera waving the flag earlier. For God's sake.
Fated and interested.
Yeah, she's not even interested. So that was race 1. Well done, Jake. Absolutely dominated that one.
And Joe, well done, Joe.
And well done. Let me get to it.
Sorry.
And well done, Joe, for
Yeah,
the absolutely stunning strategy, thinking. Well, yeah, forward thinking and working it out properly.
Mate, it was just winging it.
Well, you did quick math at some point because it definitely.
I think in the second stint, I thought that first. That first one didn't work out for me going a lap extra, so I thought I'll go 5 laps this time instead of 6, and I'll just take the fuel advantage back in race time. So that definitely helped me out massively, because obviously it gave me that 10-second gap, which would have been just enough, I believe, especially with that half second that you had. I think you could have got close, but I think as soon as I hit the Porsche curves, I may have just been able to hold you off there.
Yeah.
We've got Jake.
I guess we'll never know.
Liveried Corvette. This race 2.
Yeah, he struggled in the Corvette for
Gary
fuel
was
saving.
lovely
This is where
Porsche.
we'll get the yeah. I think you can get that as standard. I think that's a standard library.
I I definitely know Luke isn't.
Rossi in the
Yeah,
back.
Valentino Rossi. But yeah, I don't know. And
So it's
me on pole in the Van Wall.
yeah,
You second in your Peugeot Toyota.
yeah.
Clues with the golden Toyota.
It looks great. I'll wait for that. Wait for that Toyota under the sunset conditions or sunrise conditions.
Yeah,
It'll look
glistening
mad.
like a morning wood.
Yes, like a vampire's morning wood. Right.
Like Edward Cullen's dick.
Shiny old dick. Go.
You've heard of it for Jazz. This is the main version.
Battery's
Mine's
playing.
pink. Yep, I mean, this is going to be my fastest takeoff because that's just pure battery deployment. Just going. Ooh, got a little squirrel though.
Nice
Did not
squirrel
like
it.
that exit. Yeah, that car was not happy.
Very close up on the group GTs.
Gary right on the back of Jake just for the start, isn't he? He's trying to make up for the first race.
Right.
Proving his potential. Is that a little bit wide by James? Would that be a penalty?
I think he's alright.
It started on my amount of penalties. In the
Got away with
Punch
it.
the stewards afterwards.
Schumacher
Gap
in it,
should
down
close
pit
down.
lane.
192, 93.
I think it's the same as the GT races, isn't it, for us again? I think you've got the top speed.
Yeah.
And I've got the cornering ability here.
In all honesty, if I could do the race again, I'd go in the Audi. Because I was getting a little frustrated through the Porsche curves that I couldn't put it on rails.
Yeah. I think, to be honest with you, if I went again, I would probably go for the Peugeot that we had. I believe that if I had enough time with it, then I would have. It would have had the straight line. The cornering wasn't too bad on it, and obviously you don't have to worry about your hybrid systems or anything like that. It's just pure, naturally aspirated.
Yeah,
Like the good old days.
I'd like to have had a go in the TSO 30 Toyota, the one before that.
Yep, that a similar hybrid regen to the R18s then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it regens under braking, but it deploys it straight away.
Yep.
So you only ever really have like a set amount, whereas the Toyota just seems to, over the course of an hour, it just seems to slowly
Degrade.
chip away at it,
Yeah.
and then you can't get it back. Like,
Well, that's
you
what you
can't
get with
get enough of it
lithium
back.
batteries. Once you charge them up a certain amount of time, they lose their charge. It's like iPhones, mate.
Oh, penalty for Jake. On one of the exits, no doubt. Goof!
Cane cut.
It's going out. Oh, for position! Before
There you go.
I think I remember knowing that I had to get ahead of you before the curves.
Yeah,
Because
pure pace. Yeah,
you'd be right up with my
Audi
backside on the
is-
freeway.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, my van.
Your van wall.
Well, it's
There you
surprising
go.
that this got towards the end and didn't break down. So
I was
Back ahead
expecting
again.
to the small fire.
yeah, exactly. That's what they do. That's what they're known for. There we go, straight back through again.
Yeah, I knew I had
Can't
to.
do nothing about that. And this is where I thought, here we fucking go.
Yeah,
Held
but-
up behind me. I have a tugboat
funny.
in front of me throughout the whole Porsche curves. There you go. Oh.
So what about it?
Well, I didn't. I had to pull out. I think. Cause I
Oh
had that
yeah,
much
just because of
overspeed
how
going
much.
in.
Yeah.
I
And
had
with
to
James
pull out and
behind,
go
like what?
wide,
Yeah,
yeah.
what's a good speed to stay at?
Got fucking
Yeah,
Steamboat Willie in front of you.
Choo-choo.
Oh!
Ooh.
Massive contact. Surprised you didn't fucking end up in the wall. Oh, I remember that now. I remember like oversteering to make sure I didn't get track limits because I was
Yep.
already on the thingy as it
Don't
was.
give a shit about who's on your inside, did you?
Nope. Oh, do you? Do you?
No. Why did I not remember that bit? I should have shut up.
I'd be like, oh, we all make mistakes. James has just
Stupid,
ploughed
stupid.
through. I think we need to check with the GTs back behind us as well.
Oh!
Ooh.
Check out, right, left, bye. Yeah,
Oh, Gary's got ahead.
he's gone through. Wonder if that's through the Porsche curves. You know that Porsche is fast through the curves. Already through there already. Did Jake have a penalty to serve, maybe?
He did.
There
Yeah,
it
it's
is,
a penalty.
So... Oh, he didn't ghost out though, did he? There must have
I
been a
don't think it does on the
penalty.
replays. It's hard to see it from that view. I'd noticed earlier when James was serving one, he didn't ghost out, but he blatantly was serving a penalty.
Yeah, what, the 2.5-second ones, or was it the 5-year one?
I do not remember. Was that a two for James?
I think it was. I think me and you were scrapping a bit too. I think,
Yeah.
like I say, watch my rear end as I try and get on the power here. Try and. Oh!
Sorry, what
Oh,
was
yeah.
a two for Scott?
Your overtake onto the pit straight where you took first position.
Oh yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, penalty, Jake said. You have to keep an eye on that.
Cameras always make it look darker, to be fair.
Oh, that's done you there.
Is that me? Yeah. Right, so now Jake knows he's got the pace. Just had that penalty.
Let's
which
watch.
Cost him a lot.
I mean, I think Gary's auto as well. So I don't think. I do know. Obviously, we can't see with the track map, but Jake is switching between 1 to 3. Nothing happens in the group 3 now until
or on traction control.
yeah, fuel or traction control. So yeah, one lap he decided that he was going to be changing his traction control instead of the fuel. Had the wrong one up, which isn't always a bad idea, but you still need to mess around with the fuel. It's just funny when
The
it was
amount of
like,
times I fucked up though, trying to flip in between like radar maps and fuel. When I knew that someone's coming up on me, but I needed to change my fuel down and I missed it, and I changed my traction control.
This is the problem you have with virtual racing, is because it doesn't matter what field of view you have, even if you bring it out really wide, you don't have head movement, so you can't use your peripheral. So one thing I really struggle with, and I know we have markers up that will say like on the one side or the left or right side.
They're just too tiny though on the head-up display, aren't they? Because they're just those little dots, aren't they, on the right and left hand side if your gear and your speed.
Yeah.
And they're just not enough to give you any warning.
So I think, yeah, Jake was saying he was going all the way down to 6 on the fuel saving, but I think it was all being negated. Look at he should be in gear 6 ages ago. He doesn't even change out of gear 5 in auto.
Yeah.
That is just hammering his fuel. I'd have been in gear 6, I don't know, 300 yards before that.
Yeah.
Probably more.
Straight out the chicane.
It's a problem with using the auto gearbox, so
it does hurt.
You're at a little bit of a disadvantage.
A little bit deep there. Got to get that car straight before you can even get on the power.
I think I may have made a mistake here, trying to brake and then add the penalty.
I think you're serving a penalty, and I'm not sure.
I don't know if I got a penalty again though, because of something maybe.
This is where I was like wondering if I was going to be able to hold on to James. Yeah, you were fuel saving. I thought that's what you were doing. Yeah, so Jake's fuel saving behind Gary as best he can. Just to try and maybe get a look in later on down the line.
To help out though, I must say.
Yeah. Oh, they look good through there.
James using a little bit more on exit, but we're sticking with each other.
Oh mate, I struggled through here so many times. I'm glad it weren't that time. So let's have a look what times we're doing. James with a 3:33.5. 3:33.8. Oh, he's gone deep. I remember this, right, so he carried on. He just went straight back towards the racing line. He will get a penalty. And I said to him, he made the right move, because had he tried to come on more like straight away instead of just taking off, he'd have penalised himself there as well as getting the penalty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, it helps out. You're 1.4 seconds up.
That's what I mean. I was up, and I think I got a 1 second or 1.5 second penalty. So it's like it negated itself.
Yeah.
But,
so then you've got to. But the thing is, it's not 1 second penalty. It's more like a 2 second penalty.
Yeah, if not a little bit more.
Yeah. The thing is, at Le Mans, you'll see no end of cars do that.
Yeah.
They're in too deep and they think, oh, I'm not going to try and make that second corner. I'll just shortcut it.
More dangerous trying to
Well, you're potentially going to take someone else, aren't you?
Yeah. Just got to push it
I knew if I was 3/10 up though, James must have been up as well, purely on the fact that obviously I was. So this is where you're really hurting. So we're at 191, you're at 178, 179.
Yeah, I don't think I ever will get a purple sector in 1 or 2. It's just, all the pace ever comes through is on
Your lap time is made in sector 3, isn't it?
Yeah. Going wide there. Pedestrian clearance, like they're going slow compared to
the other ones. Right, you can see he's in fuel save mode now just because of how long the revs are taking to get up. I personally would have pushed as hard as I could and just maybe gone for the extra lap, the extra box over the whole race. I mean, I didn't feel like I struggled in the GT3 too much for fuel. It was more about when I was going to decide whether to push one or just keep it in. But
Luke and Jake are on the same, I believe they're on autos as well, but they're in the same car. So Luke's got just over half fuel, and Jake is the same, if not a slight bit more. So all that fuel savings only really gave him an extra 3 litres.
Yeah, and look, Gary's is actually Gary's the one towing Jake along, and he's actually got more fuel as well.
Yeah.
But Gary is auto, so but that might be down to, that could be down to the cars.
Yeah,
but you would think Jake. I mean, look, he's in gear 5. It's just redlining, and then that's just well too much.
It's that hill, isn't it? Oh, a bit deep by Gary there.
Yeah.
It's that hill up towards that second chicane that normally.
When did I get back ahead?
James serviced his second penalty, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, that'd be why. Yeah. You're making the time up, and then you're going to lose it again.
Yeah, it's just goes to the end of the lap though. So we'll see what the.
Yeah, we'll have a look at what time. I'm sure I'll go too deep here. No, I'm actually made it. 332. 334 to 330. Oh, there you go. So you've gone. It's crazy, isn't it?
This is the differences. This is why we set up what we did set up. So that the lap times can be very similar if you can hustle your car around enough. I may suffer on the straights, but I believe you're probably better off having a bit more fuel on the straights. If your fuel save is not, you can fuel save a lot better on the straights and not lose as much time. But I mean, through Porsche curves as well, I was trying to fuel save, and I was turning my fuel to like 4.
Yeah.
Just because I knew that I could carry so much speed through them, and that was the best place for me to fuel save. I was trying to get slipstream.
You're getting a little drag here, aren't you?
But not enough to.
Just got no legs in 6, have you?
10 mile an hour with the time.
Whew.
Again.
It's because I seen your time, so I don't have to push. I knew the fuel wasn't going to be such an issue with this race until I started thinking, if this wants to be a one-stop, I'm going to have to consider fuel saving a little bit.
Yeah.
Probably more lifting coasting in this, I think. It just looks like you brake well too late, don't it?
It just holds up though.
Look at that, 1.4. Interesting to see what James is, because it doesn't seem like the gap's changed. We'll stick with him for the next sector.
Yes, got you 1.4.
Yeah.
I think if you go from here, ping you again.
Oh, he's made time there. Oof, 1.5.
Yeah, so you're both on a fast lap. I would have been.
You would have been.
Well down, but I mean, once I get to the Porsche curves, that's when I think I made 2 seconds on the Porsche curves.
No, there was no choice on where the battery would deploy, Jake. It was just as and when, and it was very weird. So we're 30 minutes into the race. 2.7.
7? What is this?
Push now.
Oh, this is up on my time though. This is the thing. You're up 2.7 on the van wall.
Yeah, and you.
That's where you gain your time. So when you get through the Porsche curves and cross the line, you won't be 2.7.
No, yeah. Well, this is where I was like, getting frustrated because I was like, I'm going to lose that gap here.
Yeah. Yeah. I forgot that it's
Not too bad.
two temps, not too bad.
It's staying disciplined enough to hold right there and not drift out.
Yeah.
I know what this is. I know what this is. When did I mess? I'm sure I messed up here more than thing, eh? 3:31.9.
See, but you're 1.2 points something up, and you're only, in the end, you're only 2 temps up, 3 temps up.
3:31.1.
Yeah, that's pretty quick at that. I think at
You
this
are
point,
pushing.
I'm starting to work out how to do the Porsche cars properly.
Yeah, getting warm with them.
Well, I know that Toyotas, you have a lift to get onto that first right-hander. I mean, this van wall, you could pretty much go flat out into the right-hander, which just gives you such a massive overspeed. And you saw it on the first lap when I almost went into the back of you. Wide by me there. I think that'd be a penalty.
No, Stuart's having a cuppa. That's fine.
No, that's James. One ball with James.
Yeah, but
Oh, still
both good.
nothing. Oh.
You're getting
Got
a
away
nice
with
little
that
toe. In fairness.
Fair the fist. Yeah.
7 going on back here. So Jake's still sitting behind. Oh. Valentino Luki having a penalty there.
Quarter tank of fuel left. 3 laps in. I mean, you guys were managing to eke it out to lap 5, weren't you? So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible still. But
Jake's got more fuel now. And it's about there with Gary. Gary's still got slightly more and less tyre wear, but Jake is sitting behind in the dirt, yeah, so I kind of expect that. Gary is on the hards though as well. It's 410, 409 from Jake.
just trying to get on the back of that Toyota, just trying to help me.
Yeah.
Braking zone, you can tell the weight of the car difference, like just in the brakes.
Battery, go!
Yeah,
and then okay, bye, battery.
There you go.
It was nice knowing you.
Thanks for coming around. Just, it's so demoralising when you get a good exit.
I think you are getting a slight pull, but it's like just, but it's that's nice through there. 7 temps. Just all of us finding time.
Yeah, I think for the first few laps I think we were going for it. And this look, 4th gear, then
Yeah.
oh no, might as well drop back in. My battery's gone. I don't know. See how I get on around these. I don't know. I think I'm a slight lift into the right hander, but not a massive one. Look, tiny lift, bang.
Yeah.
Touch the floor, just keep on it again, bang. Just hustling the hell out of that Toyota. Just move out of the way, please, sir.
Oh.
Around the outside, holding it.
Nice.
It was my only opportunity, but I know that we'll get onto the straight, and I think
Yeah,
he's going to go straight back past me again, probably. Just got to try and build a little bit of a gap through these bends. Look, it's just brilliant.
Oh, have I just had my moment? Yes. I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was coming. For God's sake, yeah, okay. Yeah, honestly, did my head in like a friggin' boat.
It's when you hit that sausage curve as well.
Yeah. And I was like, if I get my foot down, I'm just going to spin around. So I was like, take it easy. Is what it is. Work to be done. Just going to keep it on this so I can watch what's going on up ahead. You've got a head now. Oh yeah,
I
you
got
did get ahead,
through
yeah, through
onto
on the
James,
outside,
so
didn't you?
we both
And then I.
yeah, went past each other. Jake is hustling Gary at the moment as well as James hustling me. It just looks so slow, doesn't it?
When are they going to? When are they
Are
going
they
to
racing?
quick? And do something. Tell you what I do like of the prototypes is the little, the fact that the lights are on the end plates, like up high. Don't know why. I just think it's such a good look.
Yeah, like on the spoilers and stuff.
Yeah, up on those little winglets on the spoiler. Yeah, do you like that?
Make them look a bit like fighter jets, don't they?
I don't know. There's something about it. It just looks so damn good. Yeah.
No, wrong one.
Get
Okay.
away. Get away. Leave me alone. It's just the Jesus, I'm so blind. Stop it! It's like nothing I can do. I think you passed
Yeah,
it
you
already.
literally
Like,
just have
can't even
to watch it
outbrake,
happen.
Yeah. Look in, just hope to get a bit of an exit as I will with the hybrid, but it's just not going to come to anything.
That's the thing. Look at the way you gap Scott there, but then
Yeah.
Just have to pull
obviously
back
my hybrid's spooled up, and
yeah, the deployments all across the
now you
range.
can see.
Get a sniff on the inside. No. You know that you can hold it to the next one.
Terrible turn in there.
Oh, Gary's got Jake. Oh no, Gary's already had a Jake. Oh, you fucking can't defend.
I can't compete.
And it's so bad as well because you know, the closer I am through this section, the more it's going to harm me and my race time because I just can't make it up. Ooh, wide on exit there.
You're gonna pull out probably, maybe. No.
No, I think wide on exit, but the hybrid definitely helped me out off the corners.
Oh, I think James has had
Must
to have a penalty, maybe. Yeah.
That was me.
Oh. Yeah, you and I think James as well, because I've got the position now on James.
Oh.
Yeah, I seem to think it pinged me for a weird one, and it was like,
Off the
Oh
arm.
man, look
king.
at that. Get any closer to the wall.
Luke's got
What's mad
his
is
with no fuel.
we look quite quick through there, but
Yeah.
then you see Joe coming through like, oh,
rails.
oh, I'm not that fast.
Bits.
We're staying out.
Another penalty for me. Oh, what to avoid. I think at one point, do I slow down because I make contact or avoid?
Well, I've definitely also had a moment because I ain't even that far ahead. I mean, on that corner then, I think we've missed me like boating it again. Right, so we're catching up to these guys now as well. I don't know if Jay, if you're still watching, were you thinking about making a move before we got hit by the before you got hit by the hypercars? Let's have a look, fuel-wise.
It's interesting to see that Gary's used a lot more fuel than Jake now. Oh wait, no.
Nope.
But they're very close.
Oh,
It's closer. I think Jake has managed to fuel save more than Gary here. Penalty for James.
You'll be holding on.
Standard.
Thanks, Gary.
Tetris.
I realise I should have done the same strategies. First rated hard. The rest of the message ain't come up. I'm going to assume it's hard then mediums.
I think this entire race, the stewards were like, what you doing? And I was like, nothing. Just hanging around. Just cutting corners.
They were well harsh though, because at no point was you gaining, like no one's gaining an
Like, some of
advantage. You're
them
just
were
taking
just-
the lines that are fine.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at.
It would be really interesting if you could take away track limits on certain corners. I mean, it's just chicanes. I think going onto the back straight, maybe keep that one because you can.
Yeah, you can.
You can
do it flat as opposed to.
But the chicanes wise, like I say, you can get some silly penalties there.
Proper in the zone, saving fuel in the slipstream. We're going to pounce this lap. Alright, well, where are we? Because we ain't going to be far behind.
Got at least
Oh, you got one as well.
chicanes. There's time in the car, but it's just trying to get round the Toyotas to be able to implement it.
Oh. Is this where you got damage? Oh, right. Let's watch what happens here. I think it's here.
Who picks damage it?
Jake.
Right.
Boom.
Oh,
Look at the car. Look at the car.
Front left,
yeah,
Front
front
left
left and bumper.
as well.
Right, and now he's getting blue flags. Also,
Oh,
at this
man.
same point, his girlfriend's saying goodnight to him.
Fucking hell! And he's fighting a car that's trying to go right.
Yeah.
Where are we in all of this? Oh wow! So we are hustling through.
No.
Mate, I think you. I don't know what you do.
I was just like,
I think I scoot through on his inside earlier.
ooh, nice.
Oof. Wow.
If I was Jake, I'd have been screaming all the way through that.
Here comes the fucking locomotive on rails.
Wait, it just disappears.
Just bring it round the outside, yeah. No, you've got the corner inside.
Boat time? Question mark.
Nope, avoided the sausage, you're all good.
Oh, you've
That's
boxed
such a
right. Let's have a
killer
look.
for those Toyotas. Yeah, so I've gone in early now. My fuel is nowhere near the level as your guys is, and I think it's just down to the car. The fact that you've got your hybrid deploying all the time, I think definitely helps
Your
out.
DHL team.
Oh yeah.
So Gary comes in on the hards.
Oh.
Jake pulling in too.
You're in. Right, we'll see your fuel dial. Should. Oh no, you won't see it.
You bastard.
Me and James just pushing into the night.
Toyota's running on. Joe, do you remember last year's Le Mans when we were on the main straight? And
Yeah.
we were watching the Toyotas running that close together, weren't they?
Yeah.
It was like they were doing photo finish laps every lap.
Pushing round.
Just pushing around.
That Corvette at night though, with the
Oh, filth.
flames spitting out the side looks
Filth.
absolutely
So Gary has stayed on the tyres, stayed on his tyres, look. And he's made a massive gap on Jake. Massive.
Go on to Gary again. See, he's not full fuel. He's up to 87 litres. He hasn't fully 100'd his fuel.
How in the shit fire do you know he's got 87 litres?
Because I saw it on the map when he exited
okay.
the pits because I was watching on mine as well.
Oh, okay.
I
was
knew
like, what
that
data
he'd
do
done
we
that,
see?
and Jake couldn't work it out, and I assumed that Gary had used it as, I didn't want to say anything because I assumed Gary had used it as a tactic to hope that Jake would push hard, potentially get penalties, potentially burn more fuel, just to try and force a mistake, making Jake think that he's got to make up more time than he actually does. That's what my thought process is. Maybe Gary's pulled the pin early for that reason.
I know Jake definitely felt hit hard by like the gap. He just couldn't work out in his head what Gary had
that
done
could happen, yeah.
to make
He
such
thought
a
it was
gap.
down to the fuel saving of Gary, but I don't, like I say, he didn't have much more than Jake when they pulled in. I think he just tried a tactic to try and do a mind game, I assume, and that's why I didn't want to say anything, because I didn't want to take that sort of mind game / advantage away from Gary, because if that's what he's trying to do, that's his race strategy. I don't want to compromise that by just paying attention to no one else. But like I say, I was in the pits at the same time, so I had time to look at everyone's fuel and stuff. I wasn't concentrating on trying to lap fast, etc. So
27 minutes in, still absolutely nothing between me and you, James.
Mate, I love it when two people in the same sort of car are so in tune. It's just like I'm just following you. Like,
Same
Could that
line,
force
said, I
75?
can't go much quicker, but I can't go quicker, but somehow we're just glued together. It's
Yeah.
like,
tram lines and you're following.
yeah, essentially, like even if I lose a little bit of time in a corner, it's like the next straight, I'm kind of just getting pulled along a little bit.
Box now. Anyone panic on the entry of that?
I believe Gary had an issue, didn't he?
I think he punted the wall, yeah.
And it reset him onto the track, but I don't know which race it was. I don't know if it was this one.
I think
Well,
I
he
thought it
did
was the
go deep
first
on
one.
the first race in the in the hypercar.
Which obviously is not good because then you can't try and run around on little fuel. It'd be interesting to see how much Jake's fuel catches up to Gary's now that Gary's under fuel.
Yeah. Take the wing off, boys. We don't need it. I was scared of what strategies you were going to pull, to be honest, Joe. So I was, because I knew that you had the different car and how well you played the last one. I was like, I don't know what he's going to end up doing.
I just with the fact that you guys could run that extra lap and when you went
Watch the
in,
back drift.
I had a look on your fuel when you went in, and I thought I can't even compete with that. I can't compete with the fact that you can set those lap times and still manage to maintain that fuel. So I believe that at that point I went, you know what, I'm all out raw now. I need to just go flat out just to try and give myself a fighting chance.
Yeah.
I've gone mediums again, but I made a mistake. I probably should have double stinted my mediums, you know, to save those 7 seconds like James did in the first race.
Yeah, doing the
Double stint, just like say, you made so much
had to
time
bring
on
me,
Scott.
it had to bring me back into the fight. Like I was. You noticed on that Audi, there's like it's got like blue tints to its headlights. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah, like how
Just on the corner, it's almost like got a blue.
Oh,
you see there? It's got like a little, almost like a daylight runner.
Trying to put you off a little bit.
Yeah.
In fact, you can see
Flashing
it
them
well
lights.
when you flash.
Yeah. Like LED strips almost.
Yeah, just like for ID in the car at night, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm one of those racers that will be flashy, just is.
It don't matter.
Guidance.
It don't matter. I just...
So I'm on the hards now, and you're on the mediums again, aren't you? I
I'm
remember
fresh
this.
mediums, yeah.
Mate, I remember this and think, yeah. I was a bit.
But I don't, like I say, I don't think at this point I thought I can't rely on people saving.
Strategies changed massively here.
So you went medium onto hards. James is still not pitted.
Ooh, forced an error there, mate. I stayed right just because I knew that you were going to just fly off.
Yeah.
GG. You definitely forced the thingy on the braking because I knew that I had to make the most of the hards going into that braking zone and not compromise because I know you're going to be. But yeah, I fluffed it. Still flashing. Get out of my way, stewards. Oh, I've gone. I think deep. Yeah.
Managed to save it though. Didn't go off track. Managed to just turn it and try and
Well,
get
I've managed to get to grips with doing that and knowing that I'm going to go deep. So compromise yourself just so you don't even go off track now. Don't just try and hold your feet down on the brakes and hope for the best.
Yeah, just sort of release, try and let it grip up and slow you down before turning up. Okay, James is in now. So James has got an extra lap on his fuel.
I'll come back to you in a second on the curves. Jake's in his own head now, I think.
Yeah, I believe he was definitely.
I think when I watched his race from his POV, he was just trying to sort of figure things out.
Yeah,
he went so hard on a push. He was
definitely lighting up the radio chat, wasn't he? With messages questioning what's going on, why is this happening?
Yeah.
And I was having a little chuckle to myself because I had noticed what happened, but nobody else had, unfortunately.
So he's on the hards. I mean, look at the lap time. Oh, it's 450. Something's.
That's an outlap, isn't it?
Yeah,
it wasn't a 408. So
yeah, it's all a bit skew with. Yeah.
That was
6 and 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, he's gone consistent from lap 1 really. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Managed to pull it into the pits on the same lap that you did though. So with your fuel saving, I mean, he probably came into the pits. You came in with 14, and I think Jake may have gone in with 2. But
Yeah.
it's not a massive detriment on the fuel having that auto. It definitely doesn't help, but it's not massive.
You're gonna try and
Jake
fucking send it.
Fresh tyres, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought was my only time to try and get the move done as soon as possible, because the second he got his tyres fired up, yep.
You know he's there. Oh, that touch.
Slight touch, but I think it was more the banding.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah, not knowing strategies. Jake saying like found it fun, like trying to figure out strategies to like what he was like. Right, what's the best thing I can do to come up with? Do I need to fight a strategy or defend like my own sort of thing?
Yeah. Do you need to work to your own fuel and believe that you will get there in the end, or do you need to sort of up it to try and battle with them and compromise your own what you'd like to do yourself? Big let off for James. He's happy to sit behind you for now.
Yeah, well, this is it. I was trying. Does he want to sit behind me? Does he want to go for it? And I'm like, we've got another 3 straights coming up. Where
I think knowing that I had a penalty as well, like it was getting into a battle that wasn't necessary in some respects.
You both knew that with me further up the road that I was probably the target for both of you.
Yeah.
And not each other, I guess. There's no point battling if you can both push along and well, your teammates aren't you? Both Toyota and Peugeot.
Interesting on that Audi that you've got the gear the gear number that you're in above the
rear view mirror as well.
Rear view mirror, yeah.
Yeah.
just in case you're not sure.
Yeah. Just put it everywhere.
Just all over the place.
Yeah.
I remember watching this Audi at Silverstone one year. It was eerily quiet, but like it won the race like comfortably. It was that quick.
Oh yeah, that penalty was gonna hurt. Right, so yeah.
Gary's already down to half fuel now, so he's got the advantage on Jake. He's got about half a chicane straight between.
Yeah.
But Jake's even with the underfueling. I mean, Jake's not far from catching him up, so that Porsche is definitely more helpful. I don't know if Gary's tried to fuel save as well himself, to try and negate the fact that he did have a short stop.
Yeah. I mean, he's put in a 4:10. Jake put in a 4:12 on the last lap, but see how he did have a penalty as well, so it's a problem with the penalty systems. Question is, should the penalties just add up till the end, or should they just be served during the race?
Luke's put in some good times as well to match up with.
Yeah, well, I was thinking that he's not far from anyone making a mistake. So his fuel's a bit lower though.
Yes, he went in a lap earlier though, didn't he? So. Lap 4. No, lap 5, whereas Jake went in on lap 6, I think. So yeah, he's gone in a lap early, but I think Luke's full race pace in this car. I think it's just flat out. Let's just see what we can do and pit as and when we need to.
Lifting, coasting going on there. Look.
Yeah, certainly.
Doing alright for fuel though, like you said, but he's now got the upper hand on Gary on fuel.
Yeah, I don't know how long for though, because if Gary's fuel saving as well, then if Gary can get the fuel to the similar level as Jake, then he's got
the trade-off.
Position. Yeah, and I mean,
attrition.
He's double stinted his hards as well, so I believe that saved himself some time as well, because I don't think his hards would have gone down to that in 3 laps.
It's a good bigger double stint in tyres. It's not one I considered, to be fair.
Like I say, I should have done it. I wanted to, but I clicked on the medium instead of clicking do not change. So that I lost 7 seconds there, which could have been potentially a place change that could have been close to you to continue the race potentially.
Right. Lap times 3:34, 3:32. Fuel over half. No battery on the straights.
No, it's only on the
Because that late
exits.
brake, how late you can brake there, that's mental.
Yeah, thing is, like, it's like driving on a PlayStation, mate. Gary's in for a pit stop again then.
So 2:34. Oh yeah.
So he's decided to pull the plug again. Not happy with his hards,
I would be
maybe.
confused with if I was, because I'd be like, well, what's his fuel strat then? Because he's pitting again.
And it wasn't too far off of Jake's fuel, so he would have only just had half fuel Gary's, like we say. I don't think it would have been timed well to be. You're gonna have to have another stop, even if you fully fuel your car. So I think he's trying to go for more stops, but shorter stops. See if that makes a difference. But now Jake's got track position, racing his own race, I guess. 90 fuel this time, so still not a full fuel, just a little bit short, trying to save a couple of seconds. Onto the softs though.
Yeah. Which means he's going to have to put in another box anyway.
Yep, needs to go onto the hards.
Onto the mediums, he'd have to do a stint now, because he's done...
Oh, he started on the hards, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
He needs to go onto the mediums to hit that set time of choices that we had.
Yeah. But Jake's team radio was on that. What tyres is he on?
If it's anything from the Spa race, and Toyota would say on Michelin's.
So this is going to be the final stint for these guys then, or should be, but Gary's going to have to serve what's it called? For his medium, to a stint on the mediums, to do it at Ocon style.
Yeah, like I say, I think these cars do have 6 laps in them. I mean, you've still got 20 minutes, so
Wouldn't have to refuel.
You're looking at about 6 laps in 20 minutes. That's if you full fuel and save fuel. And I don't think Gary will get this to the end without some solid fuel saving.
How much time can you make up over such a track with such long straights on hards? I know you're going to make time in the Porsche curves, but can you do enough in the corners to make the gap?
I mean, the car gives you the tools compared to the Corvette. That Porsche did seem to like to brake a little bit later and handle a little bit more comfortably around the corners. But like I say, it lacked in the straight line speed, but it made it up for with the corners.
Nice and squarely there. Can get the power down.
Good view that is watching Bruce come into the background as well.
Yeah, I see it. I kept it as like see if we can see what nice and smooth. What's going on up front? You have checked out, but on a strategy knowing you're gonna have to pit again.
Yes.
I was worried because at one point I was like, is he gonna build a gap up enough where he can fuel save and get to the end?
I believe I was getting close, wasn't I? I think
there was a point where I was like, he's going to the end. He's definitely going to the end.
I just kept on pulling time on you guys though, and I just thought, guys, it's going to have to be a short splash, and hopefully it's not going to be a lot over that. It gives me some pace towards the end to catch you guys up, because I thought you would overtake me as I go for another pit stop, but just have to go flat out, burn the tyres, burn the fuel, try and build a gap, try and get the more gap I can build, the less I'm going to suffer when I come out the pits behind you guys.
So I think it was pretty much at this point where you were saying, James, distribute power.
I just noticed my lap delta was 2.4 seconds down on my best
you're
lap.
3:32.9, yeah, and now you're on a 3:39.9.
And that's not from, I've got half a second penalty, but 2.58 down.
Yeah, and I thought it would start coming in as the car got lighter, but it took me, I think, an extra lap or half a lap to realise, because look, my battery's gone.
Yeah. I just think that's such a strange thing from the game developers there. I get the need to make the game feel realistic, and you deploy and then you harvest and deploy and harvest, but these cars never run out of hybrid, so
Yeah, why
for
are
what
they?
it's worth.
They fill them up, don't they, in the fuel stuff? So I don't know why they couldn't at least add a bar to fill the hybrid back up, so you
Yeah.
can.
Well, yeah, it was
choose
pretty
when-
much would have been fine for the thingy.
Because I think that if you did have a longer pit stop because you had to fill your hybrid up, that probably would have evened it out a bit more for the van wall as well.
Maybe, yeah.
I think I had a bit of an issue with burning a lot more fuel than you guys, so your fuel can go longer, but your pit stops will be slightly longer because you'd obviously be having to fill your hybrid up again. So I think you would have made that time back up, mind you, because obviously you're losing 2 seconds plus a lap. Now
This is me panicking. This is me panicking, thinking, not knowing what your strategy is. So I absolutely started pushing now. I think I did anyway. Let's see what the lap time is. Doesn't look like it. 8 seconds.
That's what
Well, that was the out. Was that the out? Yeah, it was an out lap. Because the pit lap was 13. Is that right?
Oh man.
Just sent it straight around the outside. Go deep. Oh yeah, watch. Steward sleeping.
Oh, do they not? They're not paying you for it?
No, got no penalty for that whatsoever.
Jesus Christ! How much did you pay for that, Michael?
I'm all over the back of Bruce as well for a fucking.
Oh yeah.
Should be a nice pass on the straight, so I get a bit of a.
Yeah,
the only thing I
you
can
tell
think...
the hybrid ain't working because I would have been. I just don't really. Yeah.
The only thing I can think why it didn't ping me is because I was under blue. It was under blue flags, and for whatever reason, the game thought that that was like. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't. There's no logical reason to not get one. I was like, "What's this going to hurt me now?" And it just never came. So I was like, "Well, I'm going to keep that one to myself."
Just go quiet on comms. Don't worry about it. I ain't gonna complain about nothing from now on.
Wait until nothing comes back, and then think it. But yeah, I was pure panic.
So what we're looking at, you've got half a tank of fuel. What am I sitting on now?
I knew I had to get to the end now as well.
Yeah, you're in end game. You definitely.
45 minutes in, half a tank of fuel left is about there for a half an hour pit stop.
A little bit of fuel saving, but you should be good.
Yeah, I did do that, but because we stopped halfway, Jake, I knew that, like, to leave myself a little bit extra. You'll see towards the end my fuel.
You just flick onto me quickly, just want to see what my fuel's sitting. So, yeah. I've got a quarter of a tank less, so.
Siding through the traffic as well.
Yeah, just trying my hardest, just push, build a gap. Had to compromise a little bit there, but I knew that I'd get him on the exit.
Yeah,
A little bit of.
Between you and
to who was,
Yeah, but we worked it out in the end. Got through. Didn't compromise me too much. Clean move on. But 331.6, 331.9, so I'm doing the 31, so you guys are on the 38 to 40.
38,
yeah. I think you said at one point, didn't you? Like we both said at one point, like if you just go.
Yeah, well, because you said you were like, well, I've got pit again, and we were like, mate, if you just carry on, we can't catch you.
Yeah.
Like, we cannot catch you. I was looking at our lap times. And knowing what was capable of the car, and I was going, we're hemorrhaging time. I was like, we will not make this time back.
Potentially I could have pitted maybe a little bit earlier, see if I could come out and give myself more time behind you guys. Yep, I was hustling, that's for sure.
Yeah. 335.1.
Yeah, slow.
You did have traffic, to be fair, as well.
Yeah, I definitely slowed down a fair bit.
Lift ankles.
Yeah, probably a good 2 seconds of nicely done, to be fair.
338.9.
Yeah.
340.
Plus. Yeah.
Battery's gone. Give me back. What it says it's to. What's it harvesting?
Well, that's what's so frustrating. But now
My
look,
sweat.
You've got nothing to deploy.
Yeah.
Pure petrol.
Whereas it normally, I know it's only through like the Dunlop S's, but it would just kick you out of the Dunlop S's, and
Well, like it
do you
does
know
at
what I
the
mean?
start.
What was your
Yeah.
top speed when you hitting? Because obviously I'm still hitting 180. Because obviously
I think you were borderline 200. I think.
You
at
still-
the time.
I think it was
still
190.
pushing
You
it.
know.
but you still get the top speed out of it. It's just not getting
Yeah.
there. It's
Yeah,
Not
it's just not getting
there
up
as
to
quick.
its speed as quick.
yeah, just out of the corners. It's just not there.
See how early
I'm
that
pretty
shift
sure
was.
I saw. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw 200 at one point. I don't know if it was in the toe of somebody.
I think it was in the toe towards the start of the race because look,
Yeah.
I mean 190.
Yeah, 190, and then. But then look, it kind of harvests a little bit, and then come out the corner, and that's all it deployed. You're like, oh.
Oh, thank you.
See,
Basically just
basically,
spat in your face.
I think, if I'm right in saying, I think the Toyotas are like the engine itself is like 500 brake, and the hybrid boost is 300. So you imagine losing 300 horsepower out of the corners. It's, yeah, it's fucking you're losing the power of a Golf R out the corners every time. It's like, oh, okay.
Power of 40 G whizzes. Let's
Yes,
go.
that is a method of measurement in the automotive world. Wow, he's lost at least 50 VW Beetles there.
That was a nice easy pass for you, Scott. Didn't compromise
Yeah.
any time.
No, that's it straight away.
Who am I
Exactly what I
closing in
needed.
on now? Is it Gary?
Gary,
On
yeah.
Gary, yeah. So Gary's lead on the road, so we've already got past Jake and Bruce. I don't know where.
Okay,
Maybe the
blue
pit.
flags, but holy hell!
What a shot!
That was awesome.
Gone.
That looks sick, that did.
That's
And he's
that's
gone.
isn't it?
Mate,
Yeah.
that's what I love. Like,
Everyone
just
got
like,
raced through.
it's that thing as well of, because am I right in thinking, Joe, it's about 20-25 minutes it takes them to lap a GT car?
In
They're
the game,
doing like
in this, or-
No, just in general, like game and in real life. I think it's about 20-25 minutes.
yeah, I don't
to
think it's,
lap
yeah,
them.
it's not too far.
You just
I
think
like
it's like you
Sure.
pass them and then you're like, right, I'll see you in 20 minutes. It's like,
You're looking at about, they're on 4-minute laps and you're doing 4:30, so you're 30 second a lap, so yeah, I mean, yeah,
an eighth of a difference per lap.
yeah, it's gonna
So
be,
you're looking at 8 times 3.
might, yeah,
For about 23, 24 minutes, something like that. Every time they come across each other.
and then you've got also your LMP2s to deal with that aren't going to yield as well,
Mhm.
and I mean, a couple of years ago you got them, the most of the field, like the majority of the field.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And then now 7, so didn't have much fuel left, but let's just try and time it right. See what I get. Gone through again. You were on the end game, so I'm hopefully getting into my end game.
Final stint.
Out. Okay, so just less than half a tank, and I can see basically close. Hopefully down a straight, I've got something to sniff at.
Yeah.
Crucially, got out ahead of Gary though, so that's not going to.
Yeah, not going to compromise. You've already done that. Jake's racking his mind. What has Gary done? I think Gary knew by now, to be fair, that he had to box again. No?
Jake he pitted on lap 10, so he's done. Yeah, he's okay. So he must have pitted again after Gary dropped behind him.
Well, I think he's boxed. I think he boxed lap 11, so 12 was his out lap, and now he's on his first. Yeah, look at his tyres, and he's on the softs as well. So
Yeah, so Jake has pitted again after Gary. And Gary took, what did he say? Gary took 90 fuel, so he wasn't fully fueled, so he saved a little bit of time there, but they're totally
Jake
different.
wants to see the gap come down. That's what he needs.
Yeah.
So 4:07.7 is Gary's personal best for the race.
Gary's made a mistake. He's back on the softs again after his splash. So that is going to. He's going to have to
chewing on his his rear tyres as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he is going to have to go in again.
But it's probably at the trackside. It's probably cheaper to eat £2,000 Michelin than it is to buy a burger.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. The way I see it is put 4 brand new Michelins on your car or have a pint.
Exactly. I know what I would rather do.
Yeah, have a pint. Well. Yes,
it's nice to see we agree. Great minds think alike. Yeah, but there you. Do I pop with the distance? Am I going to see?
Let's have a look then. 3:39. Sorry, 3:40. Let's see if you can. If you are going to pop up in the distance.
Don't think so.
You're so good. Right, let's have a look then.
Right, great minds think alike.
So we might see you on James's in a second. 3:39, 6, 3:40. Do. 3:50. So that's your out
6
lap.
minutes left.
Yeah.
So we're looking at. It is a very close. How many laps of fuel did I give myself though? I was half it.
Just have this for the rest of the race.
Yeah. That's all the one you need. Interesting fact on the Audi, by the way. I've got another one for you.
Yeah.
Is they were
Germans.
they were inspired by Formula One for the front wing. Well, for the front nose cone, yeah.
Oh, lifting it high to.
Raising it high and keeping it thin. Yeah. Whereas all the other manufacturers were going like quite wide. They basically went for a Formula One style to try and generate the downforce.
Interesting. It's very smart of Van Wall to do.
Yeah, and you can kind of see it, to be fair, can't you? Yes. God, they're so smart. Those Van Wallians.
I just wish they'd copied the catering and stuck a dick on the front of it. Because I mean, that was the best.
I'd have hit the brakes now, I think.
Just hold your butt out the fucking.
Yes, Daddy.
Come and get me. I've been
tell you what, though.
bad nose cone.
You might disagree with me here. Oh boy.
Ooh, 3:39.
You might disagree with me here, but I think the Toyota Hypercar is a really good looking car.
The hypercar.
Yeah, the Hypercar that we're currently. I think it's a great looking thing. I really do.
It looks nice.
Scott, go back to that view that you had of like sort of side on, looking at the front wheel arch type. Yeah, I think that's a stunning looking thing.
It's nice. The thing that I don't like about it is
the car's nice
it
too.
doesn't look like a Toyota.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah.
I prefer that we've got other manufacturers coming in this year that are.
Yeah.
You can see the resemblances between their cars.
I think I'd probably say that if you took all the badges off and said to someone who'd never watched it but knew a bit about cars, and said to them, apart from the fact that one has Peugeot over it, but I think the Ferrari would probably scream the most to me. Someone looked at that, I'd go, that's a Ferrari. The headlight design is what they're currently doing with their road cars.
Yeah, the Caddy looks very much like a Corvette though as well, with the pointy front nose. That's very much their style, isn't it? I think the lights on the Porsche relate to the Porsche a lot.
Yeah.
The rear lights on the Peugeot, you would spot that as a Peugeot
100%,
from a
yeah.
mile off.
I get what you're saying. Toyota doesn't scream Toyota at all.
No, but then again, do we have any fast Toyotas to be able to?
That's the problem, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, we don't necessarily have fast Cadillacs, but
Here's a perfect example of the basically having no battery in the corners. I'd noticed that then and during the race. Look, just
nothing. Now it's going.
The turbo, yeah, now it starts picking up a little bit once it gets into the high rev range. And just out of the corners, it's just it's weak.
boy.
Oh, yeah.
Right, quick look at the lap times between 4:05 and 4:06.8 from Gary. So you are closing the gap, but gap's massive.
James here. Got a sniff a second. Got
With that
3
fucking
minutes,
pointy
maybe.
nose cone, I'm not surprised you can smell me. Smell.
Catch him. Go, me, go. Use that hybrid. That's what it's
Can't
there
wait to see what happens.
for. I don't know either. You weren't there, man. You wouldn't.
I think as well, Scott, if you stay on board with the... Joe, are you on softs at this point?
No, I've gone on to my final tyres, so I've gone to the hards. I started on mediums,
Okay.
went mediums again.
I mean, look at this fucking...
Yeah, this is where...
I'm downshifting to try and get
Yeah.
the car to rotate. Look, and I'm like, I'm doing all right here. I think I run a little bit wide there, but that I think I was optimum. Like that was pretty good. Like I said, apart from running wide at that little bit.
Yeah. According to the
And yeah,
stats.
there's just there's just nothing I can do.
I mean, that's just
Hello?
cornering as well. That's
And then
not
of course
cool.
as well, you're going to have hybrid, which I'm
yeah.
not. Normally my hybrid would be kicking in now, and I'd be coming back at you. And yeah, the top speed's coming back at you, but
Not enough to-
It's not got me alongside like it used to.
Yeah, because when you got alongside, and then you might flick into 4th and 5th, and your 4th and 5th start pulling a lot harder.
Yeah,
That's
and
when
then
you
look
start
at that,
going,
man.
Yeah,
It's gone.
Yeah.
but still, ain't you? Scott's got enough of a gap at the moment.
Panic
yeah.
time.
It's happening, but I mean, look, we're into the last 40 seconds of the race now, so you've got to do something monumentally wrong to be able to
Yeah. There he is.
catch you.
Get your ass back here.
So if
Another penalty.
I double stinted my tyres, I think I could have been 7 seconds further than the road, potentially. Maybe 6 or 5, it would have been a lot closer.
What was interesting when I double stinted in the GT car is it didn't seem to affect lap times that much.
Did it not?
No, it was.
We were discussing this earlier. We were
Yeah,
thinking that it was going to start harming you at one point, but apparently you're getting away with it a bit.
It did a little.
Gary had played, yeah. Should have pitted. to
Gary's
save
come in
second.
past the time to go onto his hards.
Oh yeah, look at the time, yeah.
The hour's gone.
Yes,
and
it's
then
already gone. The
he
race has
won't
ended.
cross the. He's crossed the line technically and ended that lap
Yeah.
before he's got onto his hards.
Yeah, look,
That's-
he's already got a checkered flag next
Yeah.
to him, and he's not gone onto the relevant tyre.
Yeah, that's where he's tried to do.
So
a
did he finish
Schumacher
behind
penalty.
Bruce?
Hard to say because he's gonna have a minute penalty. So I think if
I would say
Bruce
yes.
I think he's
crosses
gonna.
now, it might flick and change. Bang.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
And on a 1.7 PB.
Cruising.
Well done, Jake. A
Where's
good
the
race
gap
from those
up here?
guys. Still getting finger.
Yeah, it's just not
Yeah, it's not really enough.
gonna be close enough. Running out of
Although,
time.
although saying that, but look
Okay.
at the distance
Yeah.
you did make in the Porsche curves. This is where the track
To
comes
West Ham.
to you from now, pretty much.
Yeah,
I know there's a
it
little
wouldn't have
bit.
been enough though to catch you. I don't think. Like I say,
Oh yeah, you are on the hards. If you was on a,
I think you were maybe 4 seconds up the road at this point.
Probably
maybe
more than that.
Like I say, I think with that 7 seconds, if I could have saved it on the
Christina!
stint, but I mean, good racing, good win, Scott.
yeah, well, just the racing all around was the best part about it. We made the field look so busy, and there were 6 of us, a giant track.
There wasn't too many gaps, was there, for
No.
a big period of it. It wasn't like we were all just circulating. There was definitely overtakes and strategies all coming into.
I'm just gonna finger this because this is hilarious. Oh, it's not doing the classical song. I'll leave this on now, just while we're finger. But yeah, I thought it was the racing overall was good. It's a shame we couldn't get a bigger field, but it is
It's something,
what it is.
something I think we should work on, especially as we have we have a good knowledge of BOP.
Well,
we
imagine
do for
like.
this track. I don't know if it will work at Road Atlanta. Obviously,
Well, the option is to do everyone in the same car, and you difference yourself by your library, and it brings
Yeah.
everyone to a happy medium. Because you can't. I
That's-
mean, look, I'm in the
yeah.
Peugeot. Obviously it's a Toyota,
it's-
but it kind of.
It's insane how your Toyota looks like the Peugeot though.
Yeah.
At times, I was looking at it and I was going, "That's the Peugeot." Like just purely on the livery, and like I was running a special sort of gold Toyota livery, and I just thought they looked like different cars in my opinion.
Yeah, you
couldn't tell
it does
mine
was an Audi either. You can tell that's a van all day.
Yeah, so I think I'd be up for a road Atlanta.
Petit Le Mans would be good.
You can do, I swear you can do variable times on that track as well. You know, like day to night, back to day.
Yeah,
and
it is a
obviously
shame
it's only
about
like
it.
a minute 20 laps, so you'd have traffic.
Well, this
a
is
lot
this
more
is what I'm
often.
saying. Considering how busy we made the track look here, imagine it like Atlanta,
Yeah, I
with
think
like
you'd be
even the same amount of
potentially
numbers.
with 6 people, sort of 3 and 3, for an hour. I reckon you'd probably be lapping them 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, especially if you've got the height out of the corners, you're gonna.
Do
have
we
a lot
do?
more.
How do we mix up the thingies next time as well? Because I don't mind racing in finger, but depending on numbers, like I think we had a good balance last time where we like split, like obviously us into the top 3, them into the other group. But I mean, it's hard because it's such a shame about Gary's strategy. Because had that not happened, Jake would have had to have pressed towards the end. The gap would have been smaller, so Jake would have been able to figure it out a bit
if
sooner.
Gary had put onto the hards, I think he would
That
have
could have come right down to the wire. But the also shame is that we didn't get to finish the final laps because Christina Aguilera waved it too early. But that's not my fault at all.
Pisses me off that the last car, essentially the car who in last place, can cross the line at the right time, and it triggers the. It's not fucking.
I think the only other way to negate that would have been potentially setting it to a 19 lap race.
Yeah.
So then the winner
point.
would have took the. Because I
The
think
winner
we
has
did,
to take
we
the
did about
19th lap.
19,
Yeah,
didn't
that's
we?
a good point. Yeah.
And
That is
then
a very good point.
anyone who's been lapped. So what we need to do is get a rough at Atlanta instead of doing an endurance race. It's better off calculating what an hour.
Well, I can
would be
change
and
the
setting
ending.
that.
I just didn't put security
Well,
on,
you
so
could-
Christina Aguilera got through, which meant that that didn't get to be completed. If I extend the security and make it longer, we can all finish the laps. So there is something I could have done, but you know, she's an animal.
Yeah,
like Joe said, if you do,
I
if
thought
all
I
3
did.
prototypes, if all 3 prototypes did Road Atlanta and took the 10 best lap times that you can do in practice, took an average, and went right. Well, that's how many laps it would take to do an hour.
Yeah.
Say, then you'd be near as makes no difference an hour.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
what I think
so you
that's what
set
you
it to that
do.
lap time. So you work out the
Yeah,
average
so
lap.
it is. You
over-
do exactly that amount. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
like I say, if
even
we
if
set this to
even
19
if there's an
laps-
ending thing, at least the leader has completed the race instead of the timer.
And mate, they used to do Petit Le Mans used to be it used to be 1,000 kilometers of Road Atlanta.
Yeah.
It used to basically be 1,000 kilometers or 10 hours is what it used to be. Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah,
you got
that-
squirrel it.
Yeah, so
Right,
it used to
says
be.
Terry on the side as well.
Yeah, I think if we once we decide the track as well, being able to go right, we'll do it. So we have to consider maybe one race will be like more you're considering fuel. Maybe one race you're considering more tyres. I think we should have a look at tyres next time for potential deg more.
Yep.
And maybe not so much the fuel. Or if we feel like being dicks, we'll just do both and make it super. Do you know what I mean? Like there's so many options for us.
Yeah, I'm definitely with you on the single class cars as well. It's nice to be OP, it's nice to get different varieties, but like I say, if you can get the variety in the livery, then we don't have to worry about trying to calculate it every time.
It's like I was saying
It's
about
not
the
so much the
supercars.
GTs either.
We
Sorry,
could do.
it's not so much the
Yeah, go on.
GTs. It's more the high. It's more these that we're looking
Yeah.
at now.
Yeah.
I think these need BOP in more than.
Yeah.
I think the GTs, they're kind of, because they're slower, they're nearer, they're closer together.
Yeah.
You might need to do a little bit of here and there, but
There's a
like you
street.
say,
I think it's the streetcar Genesis. That you can tune it to basically become like you get the right livery on it. I think you've seen mine, and I've done a supercar livery, and it looks and
Yes,
drives pretty
I think
well.
so.
It's very, very on the edge, like the power that you get behind it compared to like grip levels and stuff. You know, if we all jumped in that same car, like it'd be a good way and go right, choose your supercar livery. because even though it's not the thing, it's probably like a good, looks like a good baseline model sort of thing. But yeah, like you're saying, the group ones, they're super, like over a race stint, that's the only way we're going to figure out who gets like what. Like, do you need to have, because you're going to run out of battery, or you know, because your top end's lacking.
I think the Toyotas ended up being, because they ran out of hybrid, I think they anything more than a 30-minute race, and they're out of they're out of the
But if you
pecking
do,
order, really.
if you do a
everyone's in a
30-minute race,
Toyota.
is it going to go out in 15 minutes? Like, is the
You saw that Audi through the Porsche curves. If you've got Road Atlanta, that Audi's going to be.
Oh mate, I'm
stupidly
100%
faster.
not having the Toyota. I'll be on. I think like if we go for one, I think like the Audi or the Porsche.
Like I say, I think I'm happy to just go. Everyone's in spec cars, then the same car. Like, it's down to the driver. Then, like, it's not. We're not going to lose out on anything. Like, say, you've got the difference. It's racing at the end of the day.
What would you say? Like 3 Toyotas and 3 Porsche 911s, for example.
Yeah, just
you
something
just say like that's what you've got. Like, and then like
even
you say,
do a single class Porsche Cup race between 6 of us.
By the way, I'd fucking love that. I love things like Porsche Super Cup, like a spec class, a fucking.
Yeah. There's a lot of options with Porsche as well. We could like create a class as well, like that we all drive to spec.
Yeah. That's what I'll definitely be down for. Like I say, it's
you know what? That should be the next one actually. We'll do a Porsche Super Cup race.
Yeah.
It could still be a 24-hour sort of thing where you go through the night.
Yeah, we'll do the night stints.
Get tyres, fuel, but you're in all in spec GT3s.
Yeah,
I think that'd be a fucking brilliant race actually.
We can go round and do a lap or get an average lap time, etc., and then we can figure out how many laps the race will be.
Yeah.
And then once we know how many laps the race will be, we set it to that. So then the leader does take the checkered flag, and you can do your strategies and stuff, and we can change the time of day and the way it passes.
Yeah.
But
it's
easier to set up. We can just put it out to our friends again if anyone wants to join.
Yeah, there's a few guys that I noticed in my friends list earlier that was online that I actually missed, so I might send them messages. And then the other guys that had messaged have just said to message them potentially next time. Flamingo is in chat earlier. He's a PC Master Race, so I don't think he'll join us.
Yeah.
He's on iRacing, so he's not going to drop down.
Lucky bugger.
The lonely elders.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But yeah, no, I think we found a bit of a gem here. If we can get a few more people in as well, like that, everyone raced with respect in this race. No one wanted to ruin anyone's race. No one's getting thingy. Like it came down to pure racing and strategy.
Yeah, I mean, no one's under the illusion that if you have contact with someone, it's like, oh fucking hell, like sorry or whatever. But as long as you've got a group of people that you know it wasn't a fucking someone punting you off deliberately.
Yeah,
that's what you want to do. I can cope.
In that hypercar race where I let off a little bit because I think I made a mistake and ran into someone, so I was like, I'll just let off and just sort of then put the power back on again because I was like, I'm not going to take the.
Well, me and you know that we're not punting each other off. It's if you've got someone who we're not necessarily familiar with, you just want to know that if they do happen to touch you,
intentional.
It's that's racing, isn't it? You just don't want to be punted off for no fucking reason.
Yeah, or thinking coming down into that straight. Yeah, is he going to fucking send it because he's angry?
I've seen a lot on that Reddit sim racing stewards and people.
Who's at fault?
Is this good? Who's at fault and stuff like that? And a lot of the times it's like,
just
yes,
pure
the guy's
logic.
at fault for turning into you, but you put your car in that stupid position. Like, I think one of them
just
was,
show your nose and
one of them was that left-hander Hungary in Formula 1.
True say, Jake, but I think this is cleared anyway with the music.
And they tried to go round the right, and I was like, you know what? That's not a place you show your nose through anyway. There's only one line through
the
there.
kink?
Yeah, that left-hand kink. It's like they tried to go around the outside, and I'm like, that car you're compromising, you've compromised him, so he's always going to be running out to the corner anyway. He's not going to stop. Like, you should have just let off and realised that, okay, I could have got a position, but not today, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things where, yes, the guy's at fault for running you out of road, but you should have realised earlier that move wasn't on. Yes, you're alongside slightly, but not enough to dive down to the side and be demanding space. Like, it's It's not how racing goes, in my opinion.
No, that's it.
It's a lot of surf.
Good shit. Good racing.
Yeah, man. A good lineup. Like I said, we kept the track nice and busy.
I like to get to see my little eyes through my helmet.
But yeah, we definitely need to consider a Mazda touring race as well at some point.
Oh, those thingies good as well, aren't they? The Sylvia touring cars. That'd be a good little series. The
Yeah,
Nissan,
yeah, oh
the
yeah.
Nissan S15 or whatever it is, touring car.
Also, as well, I don't know if it's an option, but can we try and think about a GR? If people don't like them, then fair enough. But a GR2,
Yeah.
now that you've got
Oh
the
mate,
Audi,
just
because you've got the Audi from DTM, and you've
yeah.
obviously got the Super GT cars, Lexus, Nissan,
Mhm.
and what's the other one? Lexus, Nissan, and
Oh, it's a Honda.
Honda.
Yeah.
That's the one. But they're all like homologated. So you got literally got Audi versus
We've
Nissan,
got the same with
Toyota.
the with those little Formula One style cars as well, haven't we?
Super Formulas.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that could be quite a good one. They're just on rails, they are. Yeah. Well, I'm going to end this stream for now, just so we're thinking. GG watchers. I want to go back and watch anyway, just for